Let me. Oh, give me 1 sec. Let me, because I keep getting the same 10-second loop on my end.
Testing.
Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good, Jerry.
Testing. All right. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good, Jerry.
You ready up there, Jerry? Cool. Just cue me up and I'll be ready to go. Cool. Welcome to IRL Alpha, where we talk all things Web3, tech, art, and culture. Coming to you from the beautiful IRL studios in Venice, California. Let us give a shout out to our first sponsor, Moonworld. Moonworld, building a DeFi or sci-fi empire online. Check out our sponsor, Moonworld, m00mworld.com. Thank you for keeping the show going. Let's see who we're going to tap in with today. Let's see who our first guest victim is going to be. Let's go back this way, and let's go to someone that will be a legend in content creation. His ears perked up. He already knows. Going to be on the panel tonight. Little preview. Yo, Flyride, what is going on?
What's up, my man?
How you doing?
Good. Why didn't we steal that Civic yet? That was supposed to be us. We're supposed to get in trouble stealing Civic and
We're already getting kicked off YouTube. Yeah. So Flyride, you're like want to produce the espresso shot, work with a lot of content creators in the space, man. So what's the secret sauce to producing great content?
Dude, being yourself, just being authentic. Everybody's tired of all the fake shit. Everything they see is fake. Instagram's fake. All the people that are trying, all the leading into your little special podcast. Hey guys, it's the blah 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 podcast. Welcome. Nobody wants any of that shit. They just want you to be a real person and be relatable and actually benefit from listening to you. So yeah, I don't know. If you think that anybody wants to listen to you talk about yourself or, I don't know, just carry on about shit that has nothing to do with them, they don't. They just want some authentic, real shit. And yeah, the sooner that you can get to focusing on the audience, then the sooner they're actually going to give a shit about you.
Now, what are some tips for finding your authentic voice and being your authentic self? What do you think works?
So a big thing is imposter syndrome. People don't want to talk about things because they're like, I'm not a professor on that. I'm not the expert. But all that it takes is being a little bit further down the road than the person that you're talking to, and that can help them. And so with anything that you've actually experienced, accomplished, whatever, if you can talk on that and you can frame it in a way that helps somebody else to kind of follow in your footsteps or avoid the mistakes that you've made or whatever it might be, you're already on the right track.
Nice, man. Now, what do you think makes good Spaces hosts? Because you have the espresso shot in the morning with Sansa. You guys are consistent with it. What do you think makes a good space?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's if you are talking the whole damn time and you're carrying the whole space, that's probably a sign that you're not inviting the right speakers to your space. If you can just spark an idea and kind of bring something up and then people start carrying that around and it goes from speaker to speaker to speaker, that's going to be way more sustainable than you trying to carry the space and talk the whole time and do all that. So I think the people that do the pop-up spaces don't have the whole picture. They're not looking at it like a business. They're just talking to their friends on Twitter. But I do think that model is actually more sustainable than the person that wants to a business that wants to come through and be like, okay guys, it's Friday. We're gonna do our specific company space and we're just gonna talk the whole time and we're gonna control who says what and that ain't real. Nobody wants to actually sit through that. So if you can be a good host, that I watched the video of here at IRL Alpha of Thread Guy chatting with Luca. The greatest thing that he does is he's able to throw back questions and take little bits of what Luca says, throw it back to him, give his little bit of thread, he throws that in there, but he really throws it back to the guest to speak and lets the other people speak. I think that comes down to understanding that if you're going to have a space that you're running, you really do need to have those people want to be speaking. Otherwise, it's just going to be you, and you're going to run out of steam, and people are just going to be like, all right, I got to dip. I got to get out of here, man. There's other cool shit to do.
Well, that was some alpha right there, Chris. Well, appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you on the panel tonight, man.
Yeah, man.
Always a good time.
Always.
All right, who will our next victim be? Let's go down this way. Excuse me, guys. Troy, would you like to talk about your experience over at Ordinals?
No, I got it. In a second.
In a second. Let's go to one of our producers, Rosenbaum, right here. Rosenbaum, you just came back from Super Chief show up in San Francisco. First Ordinals show out in Super Chief. How was it?
Dang, man, it was a vibe for sure. So fun. Way different than their LA gallery. It's half Cypherpunk Lab, half Ordinal Gallery, and whenever you have a grand opening like that, all the people come in. So it's kind of like it's like a little mini crypto conference reunion. So a lot of people I hadn't seen for a long time. Love that. Love reconnecting and hanging out.
And there was like a masquerade party. What was like your favorite part about the weekend?
The road trip, yes. Went with those two clowns right there. The road trip was fun, and I think that's really what it is. It's whenever you do these events outside of your normal kind of like base, like it feels different. It's more exciting. You connect more people. You get to know people on a different level. So it's fun to drive up there with Troy and Jen and Big God and Bless, and then a bunch of people from LA actually were out there too. So got to have dinner with a few folks that never really hung out with outside of here before. So it was really nice.
Thanks, bro. Yeah. And what do you have coming up, man? Anything like that you're personally working on, or what are you looking forward to in the space that's coming up?
IR Alpha is a flagship sponsor for Ord Denver. I know a little contrary to the primary purpose, everyone going to Denver next week, but so you got ETH Denver happening, and Jen set up a 13-room, I think 13,000 square foot mansion that we're going to be doing a bunch of Ordinals events out of, and IR Alpha will be doing kind of what we do here, smaller scale, but we're going to tap into a lot of Ordinals builders that we don't get to tap into here in LA, and it's going to be fun. So definitely look forward to that.
Dude, looking forward to it, man. Rosenbaum, awesome,
man,
bro.
Great job, man. Love you.
Love you for sure, man.
Yeah, dude.
Let's give a shout out to another one of our sponsors over here, Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult. If you don't know Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult, they have an Ethereum project where the community builds its own lore out. They have a comic book. They have an animation coming out with the creator of John Wick and Titmouse, and they have an Ordinal project and a fully functioning video game. Tap in to Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult. Thank you for sponsoring us and keeping this show going. Let's see who our next guest will be. Oh, look who just came. What's up, Jen?
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm great.
So you got an event coming up in ETH Denver called Ord Denver. Can you talk about Ord Denver?
Look, be there or don't, I don't know. No, it's gonna be awesome. Come learn about Ordinals. It's gonna be chill vibes. Everyone likes to overhype things. I'm excited to hang out with, I could have all of these fucking awesome people in a cardboard box with me and be the happiest person in the world. So it really doesn't matter where we are or what we're doing.
And you're working with OmniSat. Can you talk a little bit about OmniSat and what they're building in the Ordinal space?
Yeah, so we are just a group of people who had an idea, and it is DeFi on Bitcoin. Right now it's on testnet, so you can totally try it out. But it is going to be truly decentralized, so get involved. And yeah, it's, anyone can be a part of it.
Now, what are the advantages to having DeFi on Bitcoin as opposed to Ethereum, Solana, or any other chain?
I mean, do you want to be on Bitcoin or do you want to be on Solana?
Good point. Good point. Anything else you want to leak? Any alpha to leak about ETH Denver or Denver?
Oh, I don't give alpha. In fact, I'm not a lot of the talent that's coming is homies, whatever. We have some cool DJs, and all of them are oh, do you want pictures for promo? I'm I'm not paying you enough for that, one, so I wouldn't do that. But two, they're like, no, it's fine, you're a friend. I'm like, no, surprise. It's not about the external stuff. It is about being in a house with all of our friends. Learning, building, creating, hanging together. That's it.
So it really is about the friends you make along the way.
1,000%.
Yo, Jen,
Sorry,
awesome.
I keep trying to walk away, but
No,
only
I will
because
let you.
I'm talking on the panel tonight. You don't need to hear me. I feel like I'm so annoying.
You're good.
But yeah,
Looking forward to you on the panel tonight, Jen.
I was going to make sure I locked my car, and then I realized I don't even have my keys. So that's where my brain is.
Looking forward to you on the panel. What's that? Let's see who we're going to tap into next. Let me go to my man, Bitgod. I saw him walk in. Where did he go? There he is. The one, the only, the legend, Bitgod. Bitgod, you want to? Every time you sit down with Trick, it's like...
Yeah, literally.
So Bitgod, you just came back from Super Chief as well, up in San Francisco, man. Tell us a little bit about the first Ordinal show, working with, what was it, Cypherpunk?
Yeah, Cypherpunk and Neuro Labs, I think it was.
Yeah.
Dude, it was awesome. They put on a great event. Neuropunk, who's sort of like the founder of Cypherpunk Labs, outstanding. The gallery from Super Chief was amazing, and we just had a great time on the road trip. Like, it was just a really great road trip, so I can't complain at all.
How was the road trip? What made it so special?
Dude, I just haven't been on a road trip in a long time. Like, you know, we get on like, you know, flights now. We get on different sort of like, and it's just like a quick jet over. This was like, you know, 5 hours of you know, packed car. Like, reminded me of like, I don't know, I feel like a kid again. You know, like doing a camping trip or something. I don't know. And it was just a lot of fun, man.
That would make a good like NFT event, just like do camping or something different.
I've been thinking about that a little bit, like just because of that. Like, I feel like some of my most like fond memories from a kid were like, you know, going camping with the fam, and like you just had a fucking tent, and like and then you figured out there like what you could do, what you couldn't do. Like, you know, you scavenged for like little crystals and shit like that. But yeah, dude, it was so much fun as a kid, really.
Now, we got an event sponsored by RL Alpha going on at ETH Denver called Ord Denver. Can you tell us about Ord Denver?
I mean, I'm not the one to probably ask. That's Jen. But
She wasn't trying to leak any alpha. I'm trying to get it out of you.
Yeah, I mean, all I know, it's like a 13,000 square foot mansion, and it's, you know, it's multiple events over multiple days that involve, you know, a lot of Bitcoin, of course, ordinals, and I think even layer 2 sort of companies. You know, setting up nodes. Interacting with protocols, you know, breakfast, parties, you know, DJs. So it's going to be a blast, man. It should be both, you know, work and play.
Nice. And dude, what do you have coming up, man? I know you've been working with Quadrillions. You're bringing artists over to Bitcoin on Ordinals. So what's coming up for you guys?
Man, I've just been cooking, man. I guess the team and I have been really cooking hard. Like, I have a tweet saved for tomorrow. It's just like, you know, artist call after collector call after repeat after like, and I'm like, what is it for? I don't know, like just the mission, right? To like bring art and culture to Bitcoin. Will we make any money? You know, sort of like us as a company? I don't know, right? Will artists make money? I think absolutely. But why do we do it? I don't know. I think we just love it. So yeah, there's a lot coming. We've been cooking hard. And when it's ready, it's going to be ready. I think we're going to let the chain do the talking on this instead of, I don't know, myself do the talking, I think, a lot of it. So
You can't rush a souffle. You got to let it cook.
no, you got to let it cook. Let it bake.
Yeah. Bro, Bitgod, always a pleasure, man.
Always a pleasure, big dog.
Hell yeah. G. Say Michael behind the camera, man. Shout out to the cameraman, Michael, back here. IRL Alpha is the alpha.
Alpha is the alpha. I always say that at the end.
You always do say that. For sure, man. Thank you, Bitgod.
Thank you, Lois.
Oh, for sure. Let's see who we're going to tap into next. Let's go this way.
This is the place to do it, to be honest. I mean, you're gonna, just have conversations like we're doing, and you're doing weird things.
Let's go with Julie.
You'll lie there, go
Julie,
Hi,
how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited. Tonight is my demo night, as you know.
So tell us a little bit about Demo, the D pins that you've been talking about right
I'm here with my minor, and I'm telling everyone about Demo. So I'm doing a giveaway this evening, and I'm actually really excited because this wasn't something we initially planned when we picked up the sponsorship, but it just seemed like our sponsorship and partnership was going so well that it was a mutually beneficial relationship, and we found a way to give back to IRL Alpha and give back to the community members by giving them the ability to mine their own data while they're driving their car or sitting parked or wherever they're at. So yeah, I'm here giving these away, powered by Gockstein Media, and yeah, we're just here vibing with our friends and it's pretty incredible. The first month of our sponsorship, we gave about 10 of these away, and then since we've done this giveaway, we're about 20 on this giveaway for this month. So I'm pretty excited to see that the sponsorship is working and everyone is winning here.
Looking forward to it. That was some alpha, Julie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, who will we tap in with next? I did see one of our guests come in. Let's see if we could get a quick talk with Ming.
I give you the credit.
Would you like to be on the post show really quick? Sure. Yeah, what's up, Ming? Hey, dude, how you doing?
How are you?
Good, man.
Min, how's it going?
Ming, nice to meet you. So if you don't know Ming, a Zuki legend, been in the content game. So you just signed up to work with the Zuki producing content, man. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, can I hold this?
Oh yeah, of course. I got one right here.
How's it going, guys? Mostly it's I'm usually in front of camera, but before all that, we actually ran a production company from behind the scenes, and it's something that, like, as a big fan of Azuki, I thought that we could do actually the best. So more just like a look into the behind the scenes of what goes on, what goes, like, the process before getting to like the final state, which like everybody in Web3 sees, like the final thing, but the process is sometimes more important than that final point and the aftermath. So it's more a look at that.
And what makes you? Oh, I got one right here.
Oh, you got one.
Yeah.
Six.
Dude, and what makes you so bullish on Azuki, man? It's like amazing art, but like what really drew you into the community, or just anything about the project? Not even financially, but just like what makes you bullish about Azuki, the community?
Yeah. For me, I think it was just, and you know how it is. Like, we spend thousands of dollars on JPEGs, so it has to like strike a chord, and like we've seen that with art in the past. And I'm not gonna pretend that like I'm an art connoisseur, but it just felt good, and that was like one of my first NFTs I ever bought 2 years ago. So it was mostly just like a feeling. But now, why I'm bullish, it's mostly just it's a nice place to be. Like, I think the community, I think the team creates like a good atmosphere for everybody to belong, and it usually like connects with the same kind of people. So yeah. That's why.
And what does Azuki have coming up like in the future? Like, what are the plans? Can you give us any alpha leak what's coming up for us?
Okay, things that we know, right? So they just introduced a point system, right? Which is like, it has to do with the collector status, which is something we all love. But the biggest thing that I'm excited for is the anime anthology. Yeah.
Nice. That anime did look fucking sick. Like, I did see the anime.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you feel like Azuki is going to lead the way in just being like an anime project where it's like community members can maybe license out their IP to the anime? Or is there anything like that in the works?
Well, I hate comparisons, but I remember Pudgy Penguins would ask the same question, or at least people outside of Pudgy Penguins, like, what do Pudgy Penguins get? Will people license their Pudgies for toys and stuff like that? I think it's just like that's not really the end goal. I think the end goal is just to build something really, really dope, and for everybody who's a part of it to be a part of it.
Nice, man. Yeah. Man, where can we tap in with you, man? Where can people find more of you?
Just X.
Ming.
Yeah.
Ming Dynasty?
Yeah, Min-X Dynasty. I love Twitter.
For sure, man.
It's how I met all you guys.
Dude, pleasure, man.
Thank you so much.
Dude,
Pleasure.
glad to have you on the panel tonight, man.
Thank you so much.
Have a good
I'm
one.
excited to be here.
Let's see who we're going to tap in with next. We see a lot of new faces over here. So let's go. Hey, what's up, man? You're new.
Hey, yeah, I am. How you doing?
What's your name?
My name is Louis.
Louis?
Yeah, I heard about the space from Julie. She introduced me to
Oh,
everything.
nice, yeah.
she's right over there, and I think it's a good thing for the community. You know what I mean? And I think a lot more people should learn about this and maybe become part of it. You know? So this is my first time.
What do you do in this space?
I just started getting invested during COVID. You know what I mean? I was doing stocks, but I learned that everything's going to be on a different chain. So I got into that. I do mostly community stuff. So it's like we were holding like events on the street where vendors come out and introduce themselves. So I think that should be integrated into blockchain so they can get more exposure and stuff like that. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to coming up in the space? Like, what are you looking forward to in 2024?
2024, hopefully we get clarity, you know what I mean? So we can start actually doing stuff more for the community and actually getting the message out to more, because I think onboarding is very important for everybody, you know? Like, there's only a few handful of us that actually know about this, and I think it would be great if, like, other people who are not normies get into this, you know? So the community you guys have here, I think is great. My first time, like I said, you know.
And what do you think is like the secret to onboarding normies?
I think exposure, networking, that's one of the reasons why I am to get to know more people. But I think just getting the message out there, being more foot on the ground, so we can speak to people and show them blockchain, teach them what it can do, and it's going to be the future, I'm from LA. They just changed it to crypto.com, so if people don't understand that, then, they got another thing coming.
So appreciate you, man. Enjoy this first time, bro. For sure. Let's see who else we're going to tap in with. Christina, do you want to talk about your ordinal opera project?
Sure, I'd love to talk about the
We're going to keep it a little ordinal focused. Let's go right here, Mike.
We've been talking about this and we've been talking about this, but guess what I did on Valentine's Day? I inscribed my ordinal.
And what is your ordinal, like, for those people that don't know?
For those people who don't know, even though I've been talking about it for a couple
You have
weeks
been
now, and
talking
I
about it a little
appreciate you helping me promote, Los. It is the first opera performance on Bitcoin. And I have decided to go with not Magic Eden, but Gamma.io. And the auction will be on my birthday, March 25th. Yeah, we've also got some press coming up for that, which I'm very excited about. And, I might just there's something else. I'm trying to coordinate some things with some other people to make this an extra special drop. Because yes, in my case, I would say that the history is the utility, right? Being on, the first opera performance on the first blockchain is the utility. However, if you know me, I like to shine light on other people. So I'm working on a way where I can incorporate that before the auction on March 25th, my birthday. Yay!
Yo, Christina, looking forward to it. And where can we find this ordinal drop, or find you on social?
You can find me on socials. On Twitter, I am at Christina with a CHR and then AGUINA. You can also find me as Christina Aguinaga, or just search for Meta Lark, and that's METALARK. Meta instead of Meadow.
Yo, appreciate you, Christina. Looking forward to the opera drop and everything you got coming up.
Me too, Los. Always looking forward to seeing you. You're one of the most, just bright and happy and informative people in the community. And I am always just so happy that you are interested in my story and interested in everybody else's story here in this community.
I appreciate you, Christina. Let's see who we're going to tap in with now. Let's go. You're new. Would you like to be on camera? What is your name?
Itana.
Itana, what do you do in this space?
I'm actually a director, but I just live in the neighborhood, and I just keep meaning to come by, so I thought I'd come by.
Oh, nice. And directing actual films, commercial. Oh, okay.
It's actually a feature film. It's coming out this summer.
What films have you worked on?
Well, I just directed my first feature. It's called Advanced Chemistry.
Okay.
And it's coming out this summer. I just premiered at Dances with Films at Real Cinemas in New York, which is a top 10 festival, and we are finalists for Dances with Films LA here, which will be at Man's Chinese or TLC Chinese Theater if it comes out. So yeah, so that's cooking.
And what's the synopsis of the film?
It's a smart, sexy comedy based on the true neuroscience of love and bonding. It's like a modern, inclusive Midsummer Night's Dream. And it's got a great cast. I just met somebody here who is friends with one of our stars, the incredible Sarah Burns from Barry. And our other stars are the incredible...
Our other Barry star there.
Sarah's also a producer on the film and an amazing human being. And we also have Samba Shoot from Our Flag Means Death, the Taika Waititi show, which is an incredible cult show. Other amazing stars, Kieran Deal, who was just in Sunnyside, and Iqbal Teba, Principal Figgins on Glee, and Shantae Wayans, one of the Wayans, who was on AJ and the Queen.
Such a talented family.
Yeah, amazing cast, and we love them all, Takia Crystal Kama from In Living Color, and That's So Raven, so yeah.
What are some of the challenges as a first-time director, making a film and coming to come to light?
It's just, what aren't the challenges? It's just keeping yourself going, keeping yourself upbeat and positive, just sort of standing your ground when there's everything coming at you, and just being very focused under tremendous pressure and saying, okay, you all might have your opinion and your way you'd be doing this if you were directing it, but I'm directing it, so please let's all work together, and it's our movie, let's make this amazing, great movie, and we did, so we're really psyched.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It's great to meet you.
And do you want to plug the movie one more time just so we can find it?
I'd love to. So the movie I directed, and one of the 3 lead producers. Is called Advanced Chemistry, and it is a fabulous, fun, sexy comedy. It's a modern, inclusive Midsummer Night's Dream, and it'll be out this summer, hopefully.
Yo, check it out. Yo, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see who else we can go to that is new, that we haven't talked to before. Oh.
Follow Mr. Lucky. I told him to follow you to the BTC machine. Okay?
I think Troy wants to talk now.
I don't.
He does not want to talk still.
When I go to the car, come back.
No, I'm kidding. Let's go out here. Let's see who's out here. Hey, would you like to be on camera? Okay. Let's go this way. Let's see who else we got. Oh. Would you guys like to be on camera real quick? Let's see.
The best of all the worlds combined with mushrooms. You know, you get the it's like, you know, you get the full.
Let's see who else we got. It's a little slim. Oh, excuse me. You look interesting. What do you do in this space?
My wife and I own a digital marketing company in New York.
Oh, just on there we go. Get a better shot.
Yeah.
So digital marketing company out of New York?
Yeah, we used to live in LA, so we moved back to New York, and so she does most of the outreach for people. So we do a lot of web design. Right now we're getting into the Web3 space. So she does most of the like networking. I do a lot of the kind of like development and stuff like that, and SEO.
What do you think makes like a good marketing campaign?
I think the biggest thing is to be very genuine and authentic. And so when people see that, people are able to feel more connected with you when they see that you're more genuine as a person than just kind of putting things out there to impress someone. I think being able to show the real you makes a big difference, and I think that's helped us in our business.
It's funny because like there was another person here who makes content as well, and his thing was also to be genuine. So to be genuine, you basically can connect with an audience. It like helps you relate, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And then like, what do you guys have planned like with the Web3 space? Are you looking to get into marketing into Web3 or?
Right now, we're really focusing on more like tokenization, getting into creating tokens, helping companies, because we work with a lot of developers like in the real estate space as well. And so thinking about utilizing tokenization to help, companies, like, I wouldn't say like in real estate, but mostly like e-commerce, use that as rewards and being able to utilize that as like coupons and stuff like that. So.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Looking forward to it. And where can we find like your Web3 company, or where can we find more?
Yeah, so if you go to colmanmedia.com, so COLMAN media.com, you'll find us there.
For sure, man. Yo, pleasure. Yo, have a great one, man. Enjoy the show. Let's see. Who else do we got? Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? You guys want to be on camera real quick? Let's do it. What's up, bro? Tell us about yourself, man. Like, what do you do in this space? What's your name? What's going on?
Well, my name is Aaron, and my Twitter handle is ElmoSaves. I am a community manager for Arsenal Art. Actually, we're one of the sponsors of IRL Alpha. We're actually going to be hosting a space tomorrow with Deborah Cass, which is pretty awesome. Deborah Cass is a pop artist, an icon, a legend. She does a lot of stuff within the appropriation art space. So if you guys are really interested in learning more about art and what's happening within the contemporary art space, like make sure you come by, check out the post that Began actually made about the space tomorrow, and we'll see you all there.
Nice, man. You're going to be like Or Denver.
I'm not going to be at Or Denver, man. I wish I was in Or Denver, but unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I'm going to be here for Freeze Week, so I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff kind of within the contemporary art space. If you guys are going to be here in LA and you're not going to be able to make it to Or Denver, make sure you guys check out Interreality. Interreality is a really cool mixed media exhibition that's happening here. In my opinion, it's probably one of the best examples of how you can see like physical art and sculptures and paintings mixed with NFTs, right? So definitely come by and check that out. They're more active on Instagram. I believe they have a Twitter, but their Instagram is where you find them. Inter Reality Art. Walk in one door, exit two.
Oh man,
Yeah.
looking forward to it, bro. Aaron, pleasure, bro. Anything else you want to shout out before we go?
Shout out to my mom. I love you. Thanks for supporting me. I couldn't have done it without you, but I'm out here in LA, living life, having fun, man.
Tap in with Elmo Saves, man. Check out the contemporary art spaces. What time's the space tomorrow?
The space is going to be 12 p.m. Eastern time, so right at noon. Or I'm sorry, Pacific.
Okay.
So right at noon if you're in this area, and obviously that's like 3 o'clock Eastern. So yeah, tune in, guys. It's going to be a great conversation.
Oh man, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course.
Looking forward to it. Happening, man. Yo, pleasure to meet you, Elmo. Later, Elmo. Let's see. Who else do we got? What time is it? It seems we're actually getting close to the time of starting our main show. We love you, chat. We could not do this show without you. We could not do this show without our amazing sponsors. We have an amazing panel for you guys tonight. We have Rain Zane, we have Began, we have Jen, and we have Ming. And the man who keeps the plants, the vibes, and the sounds going, Trick.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Are we live?
We are live.
I'm just kidding. I know we're live. I know we're live. Oh, I know.
He's one of the producers. He likes to joke around. But thank you. That's all the time we have for the pre-show. Stay tuned for the main show and the post-show after. Coming from IRL Studios, it's been your boy Lo Swayze. Thank you so much for tuning in, chat. We love you. We couldn't do the show without you. Peace.
We're going to get started in like 5 minutes. Almost there. If you got to use the restroom, grab a drink, take a smoke break, do it now. Because I'm just waiting for them to tell me what's up. They're still running around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
are you based? What the fuck? Why
Oh,
are you
really?
from here?
Nice. Same.
And I feel like, how have we never talked about this?
That's okay. It's okay. You were grinding on the Discords, right? Okay.
Okay, sick. I mean, we
Yeah.
have far.
Well, if you don't know, I schedule events for
Yeah,
friends, so I don't like to like have fun
I used to be down.
unless
I
it's
used to be
scheduled and it's
downtown.
work.
I mean, this-
So I literally
but half
design
of it
all
is
of my
when you're,
fun
like,
is
on the-
organized,
you know what
and
I
we
mean? Like,
make content from
I
it.
don't know.
Some people say it's a
I
problem.
used to be downtown.
We have a motto in my family:
I love
monetize
that,
your
but I
hobbies.
was wild, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go move to WeHo where it's gay and safe, and I
Yeah,
can
if you're
have
gonna do smart, make a little money with it. You're gonna have friends you want to argue with stuff. Make a,
I've learned, but
oh yeah. I better look good on there, Jerry. I don't like how it's like staring right at me. It's too low, okay? You gotta catch it from my side. I'm better on the side. Oh yeah, let's make sure those mics work. Hey, also, where are the two lobs? Jerry lobs.
I miss downtown. Like, but
Why?
also, it just
Yes.
got to a point where I was like,
Can you do it in
okay,
5 seconds? Thank you.
Like, my dog should not be
Thank
sitting next to a human. Like,
Uh-oh, I see that, Sonny. Oh no, oh no.
Like, I can
No,
control
no, no.
myself, but the drug
How wild are the takes gonna get?
and
No.
my
Slow
dog
down,
has been
no.
broken into so many times. Like,
No.
it's like, literally, I was like, okay. But, yeah.
All of a sudden, I know you're gonna grab that mic and be like, listen, man.
We can go do karaoke. Oh, fuck. Me and
Yeah,
Justin
I understand.
Sullivan
I
had a
understand. I
Friday night.
understand.
I love karaoke.
I've done the spray before the show, and all of a sudden in the middle of the show, I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
bum, 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 bum.
I just like it.
I was gonna say, I learned listening a little bit of that Punks
But, like,
interview here. I didn't realize you're a Muay Thai fighter, training in Thailand. Trained in Thailand. Scary. Oh, really? Okay. Nice. Well, I mean,
I don't think there are any.
you've had 6. Okay, I'm mentioning that in the beginning. That is insane. Also, only 6 is the craziest thing in the world to say. That's more than everyone on Earth. That's like you're in the 99.99. I think most people like 0 fights, then 1 fight. It's like the drop off is never again.
I trust you with these. Oh, I don't know if you can trust me.
Totally, 100%. Yeah, sadly, COVID. I was only a jiu-jitsu dude, but then COVID. Well, no, I moved down here. Oh, you don't.
So I was like,
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
waiting the call, and then I thought it would be like.
Yeah, the roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for 30 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it's a little gross.
That is cool.
It is a little gross. Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, that looks great.
You see the person like going. It's a really nice city.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah.
And then they did also like that.
That is.
I don't like the fact that my producer is at the mushroom chocolate table. Jerry, what are you doing back there? Stay away from those.
You know.
Stay away. He's producing.
Are we filming yet?
Yeah.
Is
I don't know if
this
they can
on?
hear. I mean, we're just, it's pre-show. I don't know if they can actually hear us. I think they're
Don't
playing.
tell my venue, but I do have a shroom sponsor for Or Denver.
Yeah, exactly. I almost.
Then my venue goes, we're not letting
In the late '80s.
On shrooms?
I was gonna take my logo and have.
They're illegal. I mean, they're legal.
Have it on a
Legal.
laser. Just laser. Just stick it up.
Yeah, I understand. I'm ready. You ready?
He has like old.
Just need the music off and we're good to go.
Looks like you're gonna do the.
We're going to get started in like 1 second. We're so very, very close.
Close the door and you escape.
No, because he always yells at me that I'm not supposed to do it.
Yeah, look at, he's got it right there. This is what if you don't have your own camera to film this. Oh, I thought you would. He'll do it right from there, and it's funny because all of a sudden it'll like whip around and it's like taking people. I'm like, what is? He gets so much of the good footage at our shows.
Yeah. You're always like, you're not posting on my. So now I just.
He caught the funniest thing ever. It was they were on that couch right there. No one was filming them. It was when Nick, he casually took a shoey during the show, and he just captured it, and it's like, he's not doing it for anyone. He didn't think it was on camera. He looked around, and then he was like, and then he just was like up there like, my God.
Yeah.
You have to be kind of IRL. We have had people with masks on. We can blur you out if we need to. So we've done
contests, photo shoots, video shoots, whatever. Of
course. Photo.
And deal with it.
Oh yeah.
They gave me a job once
Content.
it took us a long time to get it. And then once it was there.
Chris live logging the panel. Exactly, VGF. He's doing it. Jen getting love in the chat.
Job. You know, they're like, hey, you want to pay me for free? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, hi. Oh my God. See you in Denver, Queen.
Yeah. You don't expect something coming.
Wait, I need to find the screen.
That's great. Yeah.
Just waiting on Jerry upstairs. He's right there. I know, we're almost there. Sorry, Rosenbaum. Yeah, he's right next to you, so. Oh yeah, if you can't see camera, there's two cameras right up there. So, if you just talk to the audience, you're looking into them, you know what I mean? So, right there, right next to the plants, hidden here. Oh yeah, what's up? Wait, whoa, where's my boy? There he is. There he is. Hey Ranger, how are you? We're gonna hang out after. You can tell it's NFT Paris week. We only have 2 dogs here, okay? Last show it was 6. So, that's...
And people are already in Denver.
And Denver, I know. Paris and Denver.
Everyone was
Well,
texting me
they're
today,
a little overlapping now. So Paris is going on now. Denver's starting this next week, but people are already, getting there.
2 years old. I took a shit. You're right. What did it say? You all got microphones in the room?
All right, Jerry, I'm just waiting on you to say, we are ready, and I will start screaming.
We are ready.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're on which Wi-Fi?
Everyone, if you can be quiet just for half a second, we'll get started, I promise.
Let's see here.
Let's see whose voice I recognize to call them out. Yeah, it was Christina. I heard it.
Yeah, I really guess. Yeah, try to Wi-Fi.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Welcome to IRL Alpha. My name is Beagabot. I'm your host, and we're going to talk about all things NFT and Web3. However, we're not here to lecture you. We're here to fight with you, fight with the panel, fight with the chat. So, how it's going to work is we have a couple requests. If you got a hot take, you got something to say. If you're in the audience, if you're in the front 2 rows, there's some microphones around there. Raise your hand, get a microphone in your hand. Talk into that microphone. That's so the people at home can hear you, as well as the people in the back. If you're in the back, you got to get up, you got to walk, you got to go to that microphone right there. There's a camera on you. The audience can see you. Give your hot take. We only make a couple requests. When you walk to that microphone, do not tell us your life story. Do not show us a project you're working on. Do not start monologuing. If you start going on a little bit of a rant here, you're going to start hearing something like this. That means wrap it up. You keep going. We're going to start booing. You'll probably hear something like that, and you don't want that. Okay. So yeah. You don't. We're allowed to do a little bit of shilling in the beginning and the end, so it's okay. He won't do it to you. If he does it to you, I'm going to play my own sounds for him, okay? I got sounds on here he doesn't know about here, okay? Before we get into our panel, we do have a couple people that actually make this show happen. If you didn't know, we've been doing this for 2 years. It was a labor of love. The love is out, okay? Now it's a labor of money. We're getting sponsors. We are trying to pay for this thing. So, first 2 sponsors we have. Very, very happy. First one, if you guys didn't see, there's a machine there in the back. It's got a little character on it. If you click on it, you can talk to it. It's an AI little creature. We're not exclusive yet. We're kind of dating. She's talking to other people here. But that's from a project called Moom. It's an interactive sci-fi project. They have a game out there you can already play and hang out with your friends. They have an interactive audio series you can listen to right now on Spotify, written by people who actually have experience writing stories. One of the team members has already won an Emmy, okay? So this isn't a bunch of Web3 degens saying, yeah, I'm gonna write some stories. They already write stories. They're working on it. Moom, check them out. There's a QR code on the side. Go and scan it. Number 2, one of our favorite people in the entire space, the Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult. If you don't know, they are OGs in the ETH space. They're OGs in the ordinal space. They are, I can't even tell you how many things they do. They have comic books. If you want one, we got some here. They have multiple games, and their game, the big one, there actually is a new version coming out soon, a new little demo test play. We're gonna do a LAN party for it right here, because it's gonna be a lot of fun playing it. We've already ordered a bunch of Mountain Dew and Doritos. I've even ordered some vintage Doritos. They might not be edible, but I did pay a pretty penny on eBay. I'm very excited here. called Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult. We have some merch and stuff around there. Please check them out. Okay. Yeah, give them a little round of applause. Thank you. For them. Thank you. Thank you, Troy. Vintage Doritos are 100% a thing. There are people who collect vintage sodas and vintage Doritos. If you collect vintage sodas, make sure you drain the soda out of the can. It will burn through. I lost a big part of my Mountain Dew collection that way. So, not joking. These are all these are all hobbies I was used to be in here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's just get into this. Very, very excited. For the very first time on the panel, one of the people who every time I open up Twitter and I need to see some new content, I call my producer Jerry and I say, why don't our shit look this good? Why does our lighting look so bad? Why don't we have actually acting in skits like this? Min, one of the best Azuki creators we have, doing so much cool content. What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing good, but all the lighting, all of that's on me. That's Jess up there.
Woo, beautiful. Get a round of applause, both Min and Jess. Nice.
Thanks for having me. This place is amazing. Like we always see it online, but in the flesh, it's like a really cool vibe.
Thank you. I think what he's saying is that we're not good at filming it, so that we're going to work on that. Okay, Jess is going to help us. We're going to get there. Yeah, 100%. All right. We'll probably be talking some content today and some fun stuff like that. On next, one of our favorites, one of the people who I think, I don't know, Jen, you're probably working for. Every single person I know is somehow doing a project with you. You've got a big event coming up in Denver. We're doing calls for it. We were here for 3 hours yesterday doing production to, I don't know, film some people in a mansion. Jen, what's going on? What's happening?
I don't work for anyone. I work for myself. And some people are lucky enough to work with me, and I'm lucky enough to be doing something awesome with you guys. So, or Denver. 3 months ago, everyone's laughing. They're like, ordinal people that eat Denver, what? Now everyone's like, how do we get in? Sign up here. There's going to be individual RSVPs for other events. All information will circulate from there on Partyful. I hope to see you there. We're going to orange pill a bunch of people. I can't actually put pills in people's mouths. There might be like Tic Tacs, M&Ms, something, vitamin C gummies, but yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Beautiful. I will be there. I will be interviewing people. We're going to see what's happening. I'm bringing my laptop, I'm ready to do some Rust over there, so it's going to get nerdy. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, we ordered 3 of everything that these guys need. So like no excuses. Yeah. It's full game on ahead. Lots of green screens.
Not just for coding, but because of the alpha that Boo and BitGod and me and Ollie Berg are bringing to you. So just, you're going to be busy.
Okay, bring it. We will, okay.
You think you know the alpha, but you so don't.
Okay.
Well, I was saying, speaking of alpha, for the first time also on the show, one of the top alpha callers in the space, also an artist, also used to actually work in traditional finance, who actually knows how that whole world works. We don't know how it works. And finally, as I've learned recently, so very scary, Muay Thai fighter, fought before, so no one piss her off too much here. Risang, so glad to have you. What's going on?
You'll be surprised I get in so many fights on Twitter with people.
Well, that's when you have a Muay Thai background. All of a sudden it's a little easier to say.
No, it doesn't work at all. I'm really happy to be here in the space. I've been working for a lot of groups for the last few years, mainly underground, where I'm a team member and alpha caller there. I started a new job this week at HLV, which is Horizon Lab Ventures, and they're the ones behind ApeCoin and Overworld and Pixelmon, and just a bunch of token launches. So really big year for them ahead because of all the gaming projects that are coming up. On the side, I do art, and so for fun, I'm really grateful to have Web3 serve that audience for the work that I do.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I say we will, yeah. Round of applause. Thank you. Yeah, and we'll have to probably talk here. Since you work for Horizon, there was so much ape news this week. The timeline was filled. We're going to have to get some hot takes and opinions. Hopefully you don't break any NDAs for that. Last but definitely not least, if you've ever been here and you see a camera swirling around wildly right here, if you ever see someone messing with new gimbals, he's the one who's schooling us all on how to make our content better. Every single Twitter tip and trick, it's always from Chris here. Every time there's a cool link. Chris, I don't have your button right here because we screwed up here, but Rosamond's going to pull it up here. Thank you. Chris, what's going on?
I'm just chilling. I don't know. This is my home. This is where I like to be. Tonight we get another content creator, and I get to play with my camera while I'm sitting on the panel and talk about content creation, if that comes up. If not, I'll just sit here, smile, and nod, because that's what you should do if you're on a live stream. And you don't know what else to do? Fucking look at the camera, smile, and nod.
Thank you. I was going to say, if you guys have not been to Chris's Twitter, actually, like every video he drops, like a video like this, go watch it. I end up learning something and finding out, oh my God, I was doing that wrong. Oh, you can plug it in that way. And so, super, super great creator. Okay, let's just get started. This week was crazy here. I feel like this, what's up, Ranger?
Special guest.
Yeah, special guest here. So, it was kind of a crazy week this week because first, Moonbirds were announced to be acquired by Yuga. Huge breaking news. It was just, man, like space is on for days here. After that, we found out that Garga stepped up as the CEO back for Yuga, Daniel from Blizzard stepping down, and then boom, all of a sudden they announced that, hey, our MMO is not exactly what we said what's going on. So a ton of stuff's been happening with Yuga. Maybe we'll start with the Moonbirds acquisition first here. Kind of curious, you work for Horizon now? Does this affect your life at all? Let's break an NDA. Come on. Come on.
It's so funny because I joined the group and literally everyone had an ape PFP, and that was me, and like I think I'm the only punk in there, and so it feels like I'm in a group. But I think obviously Moonbirds, like the reaction to it was Kevin Rose got really lucky. Like he's the luckiest person out of everyone, right?
Lucky and genius, you know.
Yeah, I know. But I think that, you know, with it being CCO and it, like, the acquisition is the acquisition of a war chest. And for me, it's a distress story, the same way like Pixelmon was acquired by the anime studio behind it, and then also Liquid X, which is the venture studio behind, which is headed by Chris and Julio, who have turned around Pixelmon the last few years. And to great success now. It's like, look at everything. It's one of the most hyped projects that are going to come out with their token. I think that Moonbird's holder, it's a good thing for Moonbird's holder, but I think for the ecosystem that Yuga has built, it's something that obviously a lot of the holders are not very happy, whether or not you're apes or mutant apes, or I think that punks are in a world of its own. We get absolutely nothing. We have no merch. We have no roadmap. We have no airdrop. I can't even get a t-shirt. And so it doesn't.
You could have got a Tiffany's necklace though.
Yeah, for 30 grand.
Okay, yeah, not bad. Yeah, it's Tiffany's though.
I'll make you a t-shirt.
Well, so I was saying, what's interesting actually is you actually put it, I would say the opposite of the way I felt. So I still have an ape right now. I was a proof Moonbird holder. I got rid of everything though. I think I have some mythics because they're like worth $0, so I haven't sold them yet. But for me, when I looked at it, it seemed great for the apes after I went to the ape call. Because if you guys can see, like, all the apes were freaking out, and they were like, okay, fine, get us to the call. There were 700 people there. Yeah. The Discord was going a mile a minute, and one of the things that they really said was, Kevin Rose is out. We got a lot of money for us. Yeah. And then we were like, are you going to focus on Moonbirds? They're like, Moonbirds are part of other side. We got money for our goals, Clubhouse coming, game coming. So in my mind, it sounded like, I keep hearing the distressed asset. You know, I feel like that's what smart finance people say. I'm not really in finance. So I was like, yeah, it's a distressed asset. We've got a deal. For Moonbirds, though, none of their goals, I feel like, are going to be accomplished. They're just part of this other side world. Proof, though, it might be good for if you're one of the Proof Collective members, because Proof already has Noah from Christie's. They've got a bunch of high-profile relationships. Maybe they'll get good drops from there, but yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, Proof art drops have been good regardless. I think that it's one of the strongest art drops, but I think that art in general on the east side, it's been, you know, subsided given everything that's going on. So I don't know what's going to revive it. You see, like, the big autoglyphs sale.
Oh, yeah, just
into punks, you know, right?
One of the biggest curated was, you know, below mint for a while, and today it came back up Proscenium, or I don't know how to
Proscenium.
say it. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, Min, kind of curious. Are you inside in the Yuga ecosystem right now, or I just know you as Azuki. Do you have any Yuga assets you follow along, or? Yeah.
I told Luca this week. I can't buy, and Wob, I can't buy fucking animal PFPs. So that's the biggest. I mean, I flipped a bunch of other sides, but
okay, because they weren't animals. I got you.
But I'm so happy for you guys because I think like going back to the original culture and something that like Illa has always said, which is like growing up like with Yuga, there was like a certain culture that was built, but over time as the assets got more expensive, the people that grew with it initially, they kind of rotated. So it's really dope to kind of see it come back to the LLC vibe.
Yeah.
I held my ape since mint.
Wow, diamond hand.
I'm stupid. I'm honestly dumb. I probably should have sold at the top. Did sell my serum.
Yeah,
at the
everyone
top.
should sell at the top. That's
yeah. Well, I don't know. I sold my serum for 69 ETH that I got airdropped, so like I was happy. We had just gotten ape coin, you know.
You sold the top.
You know, I literally sold the actual top. It's the only good trade I've ever made in this space. don't.
It's a good
yeah.
trade.
Yeah.
I remember
but,
that alpha you were talking about that I didn't have. That was the only trade you had. Anyway.
Anyway, I think that like at this point, right, people that are still apes and still hold apes, and a lot of those people, right, it's like you've had your wins, you've had your losses, and you want that same vibe, right? And I think that's there. Am I expecting ever a return from a cartoon BFP to be what it's worth? Absolutely not. But at this point, it's also like, like I've had great times. There's awesome people I've met. And at the end of the day, I feel like people's expectations for all of these things are insane, right? Like when Moonbirds went from whatever 2 ETH to 20 ETH in 3 hours, like what are they ever going to do for you that is going to be worth that amount of money if you are here to get rich, which a lot of people are. So I feel like people just need to be real with themselves on their own expectations and either be in it for fun or be in it for money, and then don't complain if you made a bad decision for your expectations.
But the only thing is, I mean, I'm with you, like, how are these going to go back up? But I know MFers who are making money off animals right now a lot. They're over in ordinals, though. I know some people who minted quantum cats or some cats, and all of a sudden they made almost 6 figures. So there's still money in animals right now. It's just they're over in ordinals, and it feels like we've kind of like played this out so much. And
I mean, I don't know. You've got like pudgies and seals, and like the cute meta is almost coming back on ETH.
Yeah, I will say the seal. I'm happy I got 2 of them. Recently, I'm kind of curious. Like, since you're like an alpha caller, have you seen this movement from ETH go into ordinals? Are you like now having to focus on that world?
I've been focused on ordinals for 5
Yeah,
years.
she's like an ordinal. Yeah.
Like every day, it's no monkeys, you know.
That's it. Oh, I saw they're
No,
up
I'm
50%
joking.
today. Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I accidentally listed
Yeah.
a not like a rainbow trait at like 0.24, and I didn't realize it was listed. And today I saw it sold. I was really sad, but
There's
it is
nothing
what it
worse than
is.
your stuff selling for profit.
Yeah,
It's ooh.
yeah, it's still okay. It's like we minted a lot, so it's fine. Like as in the group, and so I think that there's still a lot of room for ordinals to run. If you benchmark it against ETH, these. Like Known Monkeys is an example. I'm not here to talk about my bag, but I think that it's the first 10K PFP in the space, and so it's. Thank God it's retracing. Should go.
Dude,
down
I can't believe.
Thank God it's there's bags out there in the audience. Okay, feel that for
I need my entry again. But I think that this is just one of the examples of many projects with ordinals that. I think that it can still run so much more, and I believe in ordinals because it's on-chain immutable, and that's a canvas that I personally, for my art, can never afford again, in my opinion. Like, what it cost me, like 15 ETH to inscribe last year in June, would cost me over 100 ETH now, and so I simply can't. But I think that it's, for creators that are already there or can, whether it's through recursion or some, fancy new tech, I think that it's definitely the right place to be if you can afford it.
I was gonna say, so Reesing, then how do you feel about quantum cats? Because those are not immutable. They updated, they changed.
Yeah, I have a couple of those as well, and I think that art is very subjective. I think that Known Monkeys traits are more appealing to this space because you can really identify the different subsets of traits. But I think that quantum cats, obviously, there's a huge. When Taproot Wizards launch, it's the biggest. I would say that it's probably the most iconic PFP that you can have in ordinals, just because they're OGs in the space. They're Udi and everyone else, top two.
I know, right? He's over. He's over. He's like OMB. Okay,
yeah,
OMB is a little.
OMB as well, for sure. And I think that that's a big speculation, and Ponzi's do really well in this space, up until they don't, and so always sell the speculation, but. And we've seen that OMB, right? All the,
The fuck is that?
This is Rosenbaum's bag right here. He's like, hey, I guess if you need a cheaper entry.
I mean, the orange eyes. Min can talk about it. The orange eyes look incredible.
Oh, it's my favorite collection.
Like some of them are very political, but
here, if you got it, this thread is amazing.
I love that though. I like that there's context to it.
I love
think
it.
that
That's
beautiful. Yeah.
Well, so you said something interesting though, recently, which is like there's more room to run. Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you know there's more room? How do you assess that?
I mean, there's no. I think that any caller that gives you a price target is pulling it out their butt, and so there's no way you could say that entry here, exit here. Like, how do you derive those numbers, right? In traditional finance, you'd have equity models and you'd build like DCFs or whatever, come out to some like valuation. But I don't look at any valuation numbers in crypto, in NFTs, just because there's no like the fundamental asset behind. You're just benchmarking on what's the last sale and where the next person is willing to buy. And so a lot of it is just gauging sentiment and, you know, looking at comparables, like other projects out there, other blue chips within the ecosystem, and you kind of see, you know, new players coming in. I see a lot of punks moving over and trying to buy like, you know, OMB rares just to chase the new collection, or even you know, not like Quantum Cat's a bit, but I think that Node Monkeys for sure. Today you've seen like such a big run up after weeks and weeks of accumulation.
So one thing I think, and we saw this right when Bitcoin hit 50, the floors on everything dropped overall. And so we've seen it go both ways on ETH, right? In the beginning when ETH was pumping, floors would also go up. And then after there were kind of crashes on ETH, like if ETH was pumping, floors would go down, right? People wanted ETH. And so I don't think we know how people will react, right? Like there's a lot of speculation on the price of Bitcoin, and will people just want Bitcoin, or will they also want those assets? So I think it'll be interesting to see, because we can't predict people's behavior. And yeah, I just always want people to be careful trading.
Yeah.
Well, so we used to see this pattern a lot though in ETH, depending on what type of collection it is too. Like now that we're already seeing the derivatives kick up more in ordinals, back in the ETH days, it was always a derivative comes out, apes cook it, make a bunch of money,
immediately,
and then everyone upgrades their ape. And it's like, why did the apes go up? It's like punks and apes went up after every major derivative drop, because all of the profits would just roll into the main collection, and people just trying to buy their rares, take some profit. So now that we're seeing, we have quote unquote blue chips, even though I do feel like your OMB, Quantum Cats, Node Monks, they're blue chips. They've been out for less than a year. How can it be a blue chip? But you know, that was apes in 2 months too. But it's like now that we have those established and people are making hits, people are making 6 figures off Natcat. Guess what? You're going to take a little bit of that money and you're probably going to buy yourself, you know, a Node Monk.
Making 6 figures off Natcat?
People in Boo's Discord who he would be here tonight, but he ran to a VC meeting. What? Oh yeah.
Good for them.
Oh yeah. Natcat DMT. Yeah, that was, oh boy, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I saw actually, Min, you were posting. I mean, first, I love that your engagement. You put, you know, whatever, like ordinal suck or something like that, and I was like, okay.
That was my engagement part.
I was like,
I love ordinals.
No, it's perfect, because then it was I bought an OMB for me and my mom, and I was like, oh come on, you engagement farmer. So what made you actually decide? You bought a 2 green eyes?
Well, I actually minted OMB. Like
oh, nice,
back in the day, and yeah, wrote that whole thing up, and I don't know, ordinals was just really, really dope. I actually, like, when I first saw ordinals, I was like, it's probably just like a blip. But ZK was like, dude, like, I'm starting this new thing, like, enter this raffle, watch, you know, Fight Club, and if you want, and hopefully you can mint this, right? And so I was like, if I were to go in with anybody, it'd be with the homie. Mm-hmm. And so I think just having skin in the game forced me to learn how ordinals worked, and it became one of my best, like, chapters. So not only when it comes to like trading, but also content.
But so here's the question, because I know this happens. Okay, it's happened to me a lot back in the early days when all of a sudden I start tweeting about a new collection. Yeah. My ape friends go, "Hey man, what's going on? You're not leaving us, are you? Yeah. You're not going to change that PFP? Like you can hang out with them in the Discord, but like, you know, what's it going to take? When are you going to go from Mizuki to OMB full time?
Never.
Never, really?
I'm
never.
I'm a loyal motherfucker. Like I will always rock that thing. I don't know, that PFP has given me so much. Like people see that and it's given me so much. So more so than like a financial value or like maybe like right now changing to a ordinal PFP could be a better move, but I don't know. That thing's just given me so much.
Mm-hmm. I was saying, okay, then re-saying, okay, you've had the punk, okay, you know, what's it going to take? Would you switch to a Node Monk for what?
No, punks are sick though.
Of course punks are sick. Azuki are sick, you know, but you know, it's there. I mean, I was in an ape for a long time, and there's this thing where people eventually, like say with Moonbirds, there's Moonbirds that rocked it so hard, a rare glitch bird, and after a year they go, I'm done. I'm
it's stepping
just your
aside.
Face
now, right? It's just your face now?
Oh yeah, well it's actually not my face, but it's someone else.
I don't think the Node Monks make that good of PFPs.
I think I might. Okay, get this guy a mic first of all. Okay. I need slime. I'm saying, yeah. Would you change, or you just like punk is just so classy? It's never gonna go away.
I bought my punk last year, like last May. The funny story is that I bought it at 57, and the next day the floor went down to 47. And I messaged my like punk friends, and I was like, "Wait, how low can this go?" And they're like, "Maybe 30s." I was like, "No, maybe I should just sell it now," you know. And freaked out a bit. Thank God I held through it all. But I think that I've been in this space for 3 years now, or 3 years plus, and I actually always changed my PFP prior. And if people remember, I had a Clonex prior that had a flower wreath, and then prior to that, I had my own face on it for a really long time, and so I don't feel too attached. To be honest, there's another punk trait that I really want, which is like a wild white hair, but it's a little bit hard to find, and so it's something that, you know, I think that they're all financial assets in a sense. Even my punk right now, it's in Gandhi, and I took a loan against it and put it into Blast just to financially engineer the yields. And
you get a second punk soon.
I'm just glad I get to, like, you know, use money to do something that I feel relatively safe. And Blast as a protocol, I think everyone knows how bullish, you know, people are on Pac-Man and everything that they're doing. He's never disappointed with the few seasons of Blur Airdrop, even though I'm not a good farmer. I think that there's a lot of opportunity, but, you know, staying liquid and trying to these days sit on your hands more, and not, you know, today was Persona Mint and how much gas was burned, right?
Was it a lot?
Yeah.
Almost 2 million is what
$2 million?
Almost 2 million is what I
we're
was.
back.
We're back. I mean, come on. Other side, what was that?
The fact that you're actually gassing for a raffle, to me, is
that's
like, I'm
crazy.
too poor for that. You know, like I can't even
Says
gas
the
for.
punk.
No,
That's
I can't
crazy.
even gas for a mint. Like, I always, like, you know, take 2 zeros off,
Yeah.
just because, like, Asian mentality. And
Yeah,
I'm always
I got you.
stingy
I
with
got
my
you.
gas.
Yeah, I get it.
You know?
I will say, because I was talking to Chris about this Persona Mint before, if you guys are ever paying gas and missing a mint, please, I'll teach you flashbots.
so bad.
Yeah.
It will take 5 seconds, and I will set you up with flashbots, and you will never have this happen
I
again.
had my other side in like 1 minute. I fucking learned what it took. I did it for the mint. Then
Wait,
I
for Flashbot,
couldn't
you mean?
list
Yeah.
it, but
Damn.
that's a whole other issue. But yeah, I
Wait,
don't know.
that's in 1
You
minute?
like I literally had it through in like the first minute, and I paid half of what anyone else did. You just got to be smart about it. But like, you have to understand, and I will always stand for, gas is a future. It is not a bug. Like, gas is there for a reason, and that is the cost of doing things on chain. And when you want to make something happen faster, the fact that you can pay to do it is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was gonna say, if you guys don't know, miners are kind of important. It's nice to tip them, give them a little bit of
Yeah,
cash, and thanks for running that. Okay, run your own node, and you're like, okay, this sucks. You guys do it for me. Well, maybe diving deeper into this Persona, because remember, ETH was dead 2 weeks ago. We're in here like, ETH is dead. There's no volume. Okay, half the group was like, teach me Solana. The other half was like, teach me ordinals. And then now, boom, there's a giant mint. We're paying for raffle tickets on ETH. Like, how have we flipped so much back? Is it just because this is a hot anime project and animals are dead? Like, I don't fully understand why we're supposed to be paying $2 million in gas for this.
I think it started with Pudgies. Like, Pudgies is, if it weren't for Pudgies and them doing what they're doing, I don't think there'd be that much attention on ETH.
I'm not gonna lie, I literally did not realize we were talking about a new mint doing this. I have not seen this. I've been kind of in my own world, but I've checked Twitter every day. Haven't seen nothing about this.
It's a hot mint.
Which
today.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you
that's
did
'cause you're in
that
ordinal
much,
land.
and I've seen nothing. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I,
we've seen it in our ordinal discords, which we allow it. We just don't. It's like, I mean, we're busy over there, but like, you know, we're just
we
like,
allow
okay,
it.
so we pay attention.
Isn't it the land of the permissionlessness?
Yeah, I'm saying I don't give a fuck
So
about that. I'm
anti-
saying
wow, you don't give a fuck about the core values of
like
Bitcoin?
attention.
No, I'm just saying, hey, please shut up. So we're callers in there. We get whitelisted. So I'm saying it's in our ordinal discord.
So Troy just sold a dozen of Nat Cats. He's all about making money right now.
Oh yeah, Nat Cats, baby.
Oh, so on the Pudgy
I have
one.
10 NatCats.
You got 10 still? Okay, nice. So, I mean, Pudgy, they passed apes the other week, right? The flapping. Then Walmart announced, hey, what's up? 3,000 stores. Put out the official tweet with Walmart, which is really awesome to see that Walmart is like, you know, giving them the real stamp of approval. I mean, we've been seeing numbers saying, you know, they're selling millions of toys here. In my mind, that's bullish for Pudgy. And it's bullish for Luca. It's not bullish for other projects, right? They're the ones that executed this. If you have a cute PFP, you're going to get into Walmart. I trust Luca. I don't trust cute PFPs. And then, I don't know, Persona, that's an anime. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to get on Crunchyroll. I don't understand how these one would pump the other for me.
PR Newswire's paid media, just so you guys
Well, it's like if you look at shitcoins, right? Like, there's thousands of shitcoins. It's like, wait, I don't understand why this one coin is pumping all these other ones, like, get some liquidity. I think it's just like a...
No, there's reasons for all
Like
that. It's about the meme and how important the meme is.
True.
I really do think there is...
The community?
Yeah, community a lot. Yeah. I always base it. If I'm seeing a meme already on TikTok that has nothing to do with coins, and all of a sudden it ends up in shitcoin land, like Anita Max Win was like the hottest meme, and all of a sudden there's a coin, you're like, dude, I can't get away from it. It's not gonna last a long time. So, I don't know. For me, it's easier to tell a meme coin, I feel like, than sometimes a PFP project. But
yeah, but like think about it. Let's say like someone had like 5 pudgies and they sold 1 for profit. They have a little bit more liquidity like flying around, like when Blast or Monta unlock.
I feel like pudgies are like the only underdog story that worked though, right? Like how many PFP projects did we see where like someone came in and bought, but I wouldn't say it's the same thing, right? Like the founder had to go away, there was all this drama, and then they like survived that and continued.
Yeah, Pixelmon so far is the other, but that's still like in the infancy. I feel like they're waiting to be proven.
They're not at the same level as Pudgy, right? And I feel like we saw a lot of takeovers, and that would like be bullish for a second, but why are you even buying a dead PFP project? That to me is weird. This I feel like is in its own league in that aspect.
At the same time, you could say like when Pudgy's was at whatever half an ETH, people were saying the same thing. Like, okay, cool, some guy took it over. He used to sell chains on Instagram. How is he going to turn this? Like, so I don't.
The other thing is like I actually consume social media outside of crypto Twitter, and if you go on Giphy, anything you type in, there is a Pudgy in the first 5 that you're doing, right? Like they are on multiple. I have like a lot of different TikToks because I play experiments on the algorithm. They're on every single For You page, right? Like they are creating a presence in Web 2, and I think that's really smart, right? Like if we're just in our own bubble, what are we doing? We have to build bridges if we want to onboard people, and I'm not a fan of mass adoption, but like if you're talking about mass adoption, then what are you doing to get the masses excited about this?
Why aren't you a fan of mass adoption?
Because
I don't have an opinion.
Yeah, I just don't think everyone is ready for this, and I don't think everyone can handle it, and I don't think you should be forced to do it, right? I do think you can find a use case for literally anyone you talk to, and I do that all the time, right? It doesn't matter if it's like my Uber driver, like people that I'm paying for an event, and I'm like, if I've sent you crypto, you would have had your money already, and it would be up X amount %, right? Like I think there's ways to get people excited depending on what their use case is, and I actually don't think monetary is the number one. But yeah, there's people who don't want the responsibility of self-sovereignty, and I don't think this should be forced on anyone. I think everyone will find it at the right time.
I think there is a lot of like token speculation behind all the projects on the ETH side, especially whether or not it's Pudgy's getting like airdrop, and just recently I think ZK Sync posted something about Pudgy, so if they also get a ZK Sync airdrop, that's also huge. There's also, they already got, I think it's either alts or like one of the tokens, and it was quite a significant amount. I think like whether it's Persona is backed by Unagi, which is a studio that does like esports. I can't say this properly, but when I was like doing research, I actually think the art is the least interesting thing about it, because they have, it has good like proper revenues from the business, and they've raised I think like 8-9 million already, and so it's surprising that they actually have a good PFP project, because most of these projects that come out like that are well funded usually have like really poor 3D asset that nobody would ever want to use as a PFP. So it's actually surprising that it's not like that for them. Now the auction mechanic is a whole different story, because on the ETH side you're seeing a lot of different projects do auctions, and for better or for worse, we've seen like SkyArk, Tenjin, a lot of people, got burned, including me, in the auctions there. And so it's kind of like send as much as you want and you'll get, and maybe you'll win, maybe you won't. And, Binance came out and said that, we didn't invest in their current round, but we like invested in their early incubator rounds. And so it's just, there's a lot of like drama that, underpins it, but ultimately everyone wants a token airdrop, and a lot of projects are going to come out with tokens. And so it's more just positioning to see which ones you're the most bullish on, because obviously we have a finite amount of capital unless you're, dingling. And so that's, you got to be careful.
Forever, okay? His trades have not been going the best. Okay, sorry.
Infinite money glitch.
Yeah, somehow.
Infinite.
You need your losses to write off, right?
Yeah, so it's funny because
Portal, he just made $3.5 million.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's making a lot with meme coin too, and we got him into there, and the drops. every month are
Ding
very
is
good.
sick. He's a good guy.
Yeah. He's an Ordnot holder. Anyway, Bing Bong.
Okay, nice. Okay,
Bing bong.
nice shill. Nice shill. He snuck that in really fast with the Bing Bong.
Day one minter.
Well, so I think you're totally right. We're seeing a lot of like projects, like even the Sappy Seals. We're pumping because it's like, oh, cool, wow, looks like they're fighting for allocations. They're going to get more coin drops. Apes aren't fighting for coins. There's some room to be made there. But like you're saying, there's this problem with how do people actually mint projects right now? How much money should be charged? It feels like a lot of people can't figure out what the new meta or the mark is here. Like, so if you're a new ETH project coming out, since you're like, you're giving alpha, what is the best way to do it where I guess the right people are going to get it and not everyone's going to be super pissed at you? If we price it too low, the bots all get it. Everyone's pissed. You price it too high, you're greedy. It's a money grab. Like,
I think that it doesn't really matter what the pricing is, right? Like, there's always money in the market, and I never believe that, this drains this amount of money from the space. Like, everyone, there is a pool, and I think that whether or not it's bots fighting for 1 ETH mint, I mean, look at Clear Silver minting out, 500 supply at 1 ETH each, right? It's really about whether or not whatever is minting has the hype around it, and bots or not, people with capital will come at whatever price level. So I think the right pricing is obviously like understand what you're selling. And in my opinion, for example, I'll take an ordinal example, like No Monkeys, like, to be honest, they left a lot of money on the table. They ended the auction at 0.03 and the average is like 0.18 for the last couple months that it's been out. And so technically the right way to, mint is to mint at 0.17, right? That's like how you should, when you're running a business on like in Web2 and you're issuing like debt or whatever it is, like if you had undersold your asset for so much, like then you're doing your investors a disfavor. And so that's my view. Like, you shouldn't leave money on the table from project side, but obviously like from someone on the other side of the table, you want to squeeze projects as much as possible and make sure they mint the cheapest as possible so you can make the maximum upside. So it's always like this, push
I
and pull.
kind of disagree with you because I think in this space specifically, like if your holders have made money, right, then they're not going to floor it the second it starts dropping, and they're not going to want to get out. They've already profited and now they're just having fun. So I don't actually think like leaving a lot of money on the table is necessarily the thing there. But honestly, the OD Labs mint, and I'm an FNIC holder, right? I feel like that was one of the smartest mints ever. And I know Buckets isn't here tonight. They're already in Denver. But like, they rewarded holders. And essentially, if you were a founder, you could allow list people. And then you would get 50% of their mint, right? So like, OD Labs wasn't taking the money. It was literally rewarding their day one people. And I mean, like, that was just smart, right? I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to go mint another one because people want to allow list. I can give it to them. I'm going to profit off of this. It's just a circle, right? I can claim the like money that I made already, go buy another one. And I did that, right? And I think that like, I don't know, that was one of the smartest mint mechanics I've ever seen. And they have such a core community already, right? Like, people were excited about it. I don't know. I know they had like a few issues with the mint, but when is there not? I don't know. I think this mechanic is brilliant, and I think it'll only work for so many people. But because they had such a strong community already, I'm not just saying this because I made money.
Well, real quick, Jen, there's a problem with this too, and Buckets love you. I wish you were here, but they had to cut supply. So you're describing, like you're saying, it's a good mechanic, but they still wouldn't it have been better if they would have said cut the price in half, maybe mint if they cut the price in half and minted
the supply thing. I don't actually know what the supply. It was never supposed to be 10,000, and it was all based off of like time and things. There was something that happened with tech. I don't really know, but they never wanted it to be. Yeah, tell us. I don't know.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So the cool thing was that they did build in a lot of real big incentives for their founder pass holders, right? One of the things they didn't do was really lay into how much benefit there was for those founders. So for myself, I didn't even realize, as somebody who burned an FNIC, I stood to make an ETH just by having a whitelist, literally just by giving friends whitelists in ETH. I didn't even know that. I just thought that it was like, okay, I pass out a few of these things. I can make half of their ETH, that they mint. I could make half of that back for myself. Cool. I just didn't realize that for all 10 of those people, they could mint 2, right? I got half of what they paid. So that was a big thing for me. In a space where people are so driven by money, why would you not tell everybody that like they stand to make way more?
I don't think that was their
I don't think that was their whole incentive to just like make people greedy with all this stuff.
Right.
But what I do think was when people were going after it and they were trying to mint these things and max mints and have all these, 10 people on their whitelists, I don't think that they realized that like their contract, the way that they did it to where all those things that were happening all at one time, as soon as you clicked mint, all this stuff was happening. It was doing a lot of work. They did their own contract. They did everything themselves. So when everything got bottlenecked and when gas was just going crazy, we haven't seen that since other side. We haven't seen people just losing crazy amounts of transactions. I lost like $500. I watched people losing like $700. But here's the stupid thing.
On OD?
They made on OD, but you made so much back in rewards it didn't even matter. But I don't
for the
think
founders,
that part
not
was
for the
quick.
minters, man. That thing, it's 0.1, but 0.18 to mint is wild. I mean, I'm all for the people above me getting paid, but for 75% of that mint to not go anywhere was kind of crazy.
No, it was never
buckets.
10,000. I feel like that was something, but I wish Buckets and them were here.
We can trash them while they're not. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Kick them while they're down. I'm joking.
I think the mechanic of rewarding your OG people and them getting their people in, right? Like, I think that is really fucking smart. Was this the perfect implementation? No. Like, when I logged on, it was like, there was like a bug. Like, it didn't even recognize me, right? Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm not even able to mint, because it was all time-based too. But I know they took care of people if you open a ticket in Discord. Eventually, I got it. I didn't like shill it to anyone. I really didn't. I was like in the chat, and people that wanted to mint gave addresses. For me, I was like, I have too much going on. But I do think this mechanic of rewarding your holders, letting them choose who gets to come into the community, like, that is fucking smart.
Yeah.
That is like all of the values that all of these communities, preach, but they actually did it within their mint. Whether or not it was perfect, whether or not the gas was high, the mint price, whatever it is, I think that I just thought it was smart, and we haven't seen anyone really try something like this, and I'm sure someone will improve upon it. But I know this is like a concept that I've talked about with people on like rewards, and this was like the best way I've ever seen it be pulled off.
It was dope.
I was gonna say that it's almost like it reminds me a little bit. There was like a referral meta at one point. This is like an updated version of like the referral meta, which is a thing. You want your good friends. Every time I'm in a project, I'm like, I need my good friends over here, the good ones. Hey, come over here. And so I definitely feel that. There is a problem that I think a lot of contracts are happening. I think the Bright Moments Paris contract was the same problem, where they have so many, it's doing so many things, they're checking for so many discounts, there's so much actual checks packed in that the default path through of just minting ends up being really expensive. And I do think that you're going to start seeing projects have to start saying, hey, you have to have multiple contracts. You're going to end up paying a little bit more on your own personal side. It costs more money to actually put more multiple contracts up, but that's much better than putting the gas cost on everyone. Because guess what? After Azuki, we're addicted to 721A. If it's not a 721A, we're all complaining out there. And it's like, I will say, I don't know if you guys remember, before the Azuki 721A contract, right? We all just paid. If it was 5 mints, it was like, cool, 5 times the gas, duh. And we just thought that was normal. And then boom, that got, was gotten rid of with the A. If we want to talk technical details, I'll give everyone a whiteboard demonstration of how it works. But you can't do fancy stuff and charge everyone gas more. You got to separate stuff out. It's
just combining what everybody's saying, I think it's a really fine balance to strike between, raising enough money to give yourself runway, but also allowing the people that mint that runway as well to make money and have profits right off the bat.
Yeah.
I think most recent mint that was that balance was, I'd say, Quantum Cats.
And then it made me go and mint another one, right? I just thought it was
another one.
No, not for
OD.
For OD, right? Because I was like, oh shit. Also, I literally did not tell anyone beforehand. I did it, right? It was like, hey, we need people that are asking for a allow list right now. So I don't know how, like, I don't know. I never want to like profit off of my friends, but I just thought it was smart in aligning incentives.
There we go. I was gonna say, okay, truthfully, point one, that's a little too low for my blood. Let's talk about something that's a little more interesting in my price range here. If you guys didn't see, it was mentioned a second ago. It actually is pretty wild fucking news. 10 autoglyphs purchased for $14.5 million. It's actually funny. This fountain, when I was coming back from Marfa, Texas, I just randomly sat next to a guy who goes, hey, I saw you at Marfa. I was like, what are you doing? He goes, I work with this company called Fountain. We're gonna help rich people buy assets. Like, we're gonna try and broker giant deals. And I was like, no, it was actually, I think there was only 3 employees, and it was the guy who I think just quit, or he got sick, sadly. He was like a dev. He was the newest one on the team. But he was describing the plan, and I was like, yeah, it sounds like to make deals like this, to sell 10 autoglyphs, it's not gonna, you can't list them on OpenSea and be like, just waiting for that person to click yes on 14.5 million. You have to broker deals this way, so it made sense that they existed. And in my mind, this was a great purchase. Like, I know it's 14.5 million.
Sell? Like, what's the medium? Like, what's the OTC channel? Do you know?
No. So this was sold through Fountain, this company Fountain. They brokered the deal pretty much.
But yeah, the person behind Fountain was Noah, who was Crypto Noah. That I think that's his handle. But he's the punk that brokered Beeple's $69 million sale
insane.
At Christie's. I think Christie's is selling at Christie's. I think. And so if you listen to, there's a punk podcast of him. Kind of like, it was like a 2-hour podcast of him telling the story, and he was saying at the time of how he was, when that sale happened, he was in the office alone, and he put down the phone and he switched it off, and he was like, what the hell just happened? Because it was like the first NFT sale, and nobody thought that would, it would even, because when you put a price estimate, normally it's based on, pricing in the past for works, and so in crypto there's no past pricing, and it was like it was empty, and so nobody could even imagine where it would go. And most of the bidders that went in were like were crypto people, like people who are not on the roster of the existing art auction houses. So it was just such a cool story. But he's also like a rainmaker, just making deals happen. And if you go to him, he's always trying to sell you stuff, and great art as well. I just got this great piece of Rip Cash. What do you think?
Oh, really?
I'm not on that level, but it's really interesting, like how there are people in the space that are so good at what they do.
Totally, yeah. I was gonna say, it's one of those things where we've been seeing, I don't know, these. The art has gone up and down the narrative of what's good, what's bad, is it up, is it down? I even saw a great tweet the other day where someone's like saying, you keep saying art's down, it's literally not down. You're just not looking in the right places. And we're seeing, like, when the proscenium came out, beautiful artwork, amazing. The way he actually built the actual tech up, amazing, beautiful. And it's like, of course it goes up. If the art's good and you have beautiful reasoning between how you made it, people are very happy to pay money for it. And so now it's good to start seeing, like, what are the actual pieces that I do think belong in museums. And I mean, autoglyphs are that important in my mind. And the fact that this is a full set, this is ready for a museum already. This is ready to be like, it's ready for MoMA. You could put it up next to some George Nees and some, Solowitz. And I think it would really be a continuing story. So it feels really, really good for good for the space. Yeah. It didn't really pump any of my bags. My space, yeah.
Art is still like down bad on ETH, I would say. Like Squiggles during the bear, held like a 10 ETH floor, and now it's like six-ish. And because there's a lot of Squiggle loans that are also about to the next 6 months going to get expired, and so it's interesting that I think like that's an opportunity. But I think that it's interesting how in bear it like sustains so well, but in a bull it's kind of compared to other assets it's not doing very well.
I think it's also like ETH hit 3 for the first time in so long. Like we've hardly seen it over 2 for the past 2 years. And so that's what I'm saying. It'll be interesting to see with Bitcoin, because I feel like in the peak of ETH bull, when it was like really running from like 1,200 to 4,000, right? Like all floors, like everything was going up. But I think a lot of ETH people, me personally, everyone was like, it's up only. And I literally didn't think about the fact that it could go down. Like that was just not a concept in my head. I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. And so I think people are still maybe in this cautious era. But everything will balance out.
So I will say I feel very happy. I did sell my squiggle at like 10. I'm gonna buy another one, okay? The reason why I sold it though was because when I first bought the squiggle, I told myself I'm gonna buy a whole Art Blocks curated set, and I'm gonna buy them all according to my aesthetic. I'm gonna have the most minimal one of each. And I was like, at the time, I'm like, it'll cost me 50 ETH. I'll get there. Now it's like 1,000 ETH, and I was like, I'm starting over. I need to curate from something new. So I was like, I'm selling it. I'm gonna buy something new. I had the most minimal squiggle. So right when those go underwater, those loans, I'm going squiggle shopping. I cannot wait. I think there's a lot of sharks who are circling and being like, yeah.
Damn, they're at 6 right now.
What was their all-time high?
Crazy, no?
I think 25. I feel like was the all-time.
No,
high.
16 was the highest for a floor.
What are they on?
But over the last year, I'm trying to remember who wrote the thread. The USD value has stayed very, very constant, within like 5% of its actual. So with the ETH going up, it's true that the ETH value is going down on the purchase price, but the USD is steady.
Well, there's one way that you get around this. Just get gifted free squiggles from Snowfro. That's what Rosenbaum does, and it's like it doesn't really matter if they go down. If you get free ones.
But also, you can never sell a gift. Right?
100%. Yes. Yes. You can never.
But also.
Okay. That was a nice. Okay.
Wow.
Unsolicited gift. I don't know if it's something you don't like, I guess,
True.
but never.
Like, if it's like a gift with like other things required around the gift.
Yeah.
Sell the gift.
Well, so I would say it was funny. We've been doing this for 2 years, so we've been through bull, bear, back to bull, and when it is the full bull and people are in hypermania, it doesn't matter what it is. The dumber it is, the higher it's going to go. We want stupid animals. I want less than animals. I want dots. I want straight line. I want anything.
Damn, like B tier animals.
Yeah, I want worms. You know, I'm
Okay,
big
but
on
the worm was like the best project ever.
No, it is, of course. Okay, cool. Look, I'm at 474. Okay, see that
amazing.
under 500.
Okay.
Okay, but like when we hit the bull or the bear, what happened? Art actually became one of the few places you could still make some money, and it was like the refugee, and like people are like, oh, you can't make money off dumb JPEGs anymore? What really matters? Let's get in this Discord and talk about art. And there were deals being made, and people were making some money from it. So it's like, I think when we hit mania, yeah, buy dumb animals. When it gets a little bit darker, art will go up. However, art never dies when we're in the bull, right? It still is like easing up a little bit, and I mean,
it's not as degen.
Yeah, it's definitely not as degen. Yeah. I remember when squiggles were degen. I remember it was in degen chats and people were talking about them, and I'll never forget. I have screenshots of it, and the guy was like, "Which one do you buy?" And he goes, "It doesn't fucking matter. It's a squiggly fucking line." And it's like, yep,
let's respect it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it here. So maybe to tie it up to where the future's going, because we have been seeing this art meta happen on Bitcoin. A lot of us been following it. There's been money to be made, right? And I think it also hit like a little crescendo where everyone's like, I'm an artist, get my stuff out on Bitcoin, and then it kind of stopped hitting as hard, even though it's not all of them. Ripcash put out a successful release. Hardos had multiple successful releases here. Pebbles, that's back to ETH. Okay, nice. Kind of curious, like Risang, what do you think for like the ordinal like art market? How do you see it different from the ETH market? Are you more excited about that than the ETH one, or ETH is art blocks, so it's.
Yeah, when everyone's going in one direction, I like to go the other. So for me now, it's like trying to look at like soul and stuff like that for art. But, I think ETH, it's a little bit crowded. There's a lot of good art discovery if you're just a patron and you want to buy cool art. Go to Gamma. Like they drop a lot of cool stuff. And obviously Big God drops a lot of cool stuff as well with his, art stuff. And I think that there's just a lot of opportunities if you're trying to buy art. But I think that, art mints, I haven't been too excited. But I think Far's Flares, obviously, it's another big one. But, and also Flowers by Hardo. But otherwise, there's nothing much I'm looking forward to. I think Ink on BTC is like super hyped. It will depend on mint price, how it goes. But other than that, it's still, like for me, I don't think that art is the meta right now. It's very much like gaming and token and Ponzi focused. And because it's like airdrop meta, right? Everyone's farming with their capital, and
I don't think art will ever be a thing on Sol, and I have a lot of Sol.
I'm about to drop on Sol. Don't say that.
You just pissed off. There's a lot of people. That's good. That's good.
Because this is what you wanted, right?
No, let's go. Let's hear it.
I don't think the bozo. I don't think the like if you look at like Bitcoin and even Ethereum, there's like certain, I guess, like core elements that make up those chains, one of which is like collecting. I don't think it's really there yet on Solana. I don't know if it ever will.
Like, list this the second it hits your wallet. or else it's in your wallet for life.
Like, I think the closest thing would be like Google's, but.
Yeah, so it's like for the soul stuff, it's never appealed to me personally, just because I always want art to be like. It's hard to move giant paintings in artwork. I like that about art. I don't like the idea of, look how easy it is to move this painting around. Like, look at that sculpture here. I'm trying to move this during shows because it's reflecting. It's painful. It should be painful. It's art. Art is pain. So like, that never appealed to me, and that's why when ordinals came out, I was like, oh, this is even more painful. Love that. It's even harder to censor. But
I think that's okay though, because like, I didn't mean to cut you off. Well,
No,
my bad.
no, it's
I mean, I just
Do it.
fucking did
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
But I think like just like collections, it's really good to see like the one thing that you're really, really good at and dominate that. Like Soul, super efficient, fast, efficient. So that's what it should be, right? Bitcoin slower, Ethereum expensive for no reason.
But there is a lot of art out there, which is, I mean, and I'm personally interested in art that does use the chain. I'm a nerd, and all the art I like doesn't ever go anywhere. But I like Ponzi art that actually is built in like goofy games inside of it, and transaction you have to transact. Like a lot of the Death Beef releases have been like, you know, when you're actually doing his, I can't remember what it's even called right now. God, it's. No, it was the actual casino one. You're getting a random, not glitch box. If you go to Death Beef's website, you'll see it here. But like, if you actually want to do something where you have to interact with the chain a bunch as part of the art, because it is on-chain art, then Solana's a lot better. I've been a part of some art projects where I spent $500 in gas to make slight modifications to it, because I'm like, look at what cool thing it does. Like, that would be cooler in Solana. The problem is I feel like a lot of people who go to do art on Solana are like, oh, it's cheap. I'm going to do a cheap photo. Boom. They're not thinking deeper in the concept. I think if people went like hardcore on concepts, it would be a lot more exciting. But
going from ETH or Bitcoin or like a chain that is a little bit more decentralized, a little bit more maybe stable, to Solana, it's like, what is the concept? This is a shittier chain, so I'm gonna do shittier art, right?
I like Solana though. I just said art is not good on Solana.
Right, but I'm saying from an artist perspective, like if a lot of people started on ETH and then heard about Solana, it's like in your head, you're like, oh, this is a shittier chain. Let me give like less good work. Why would you put that out, right? It's kind of hard to justify it. So I don't know what the Solana concept would be. Maybe like your art only works when the chain does.
I think between ETH and Sol, like I wouldn't pick one that I feel like
Can
I
add some things here?
But I think that if you can pick ordinals, you should always pick ordinals because it's on chain and immutable. But a lot of people can't afford ordinal bin prices, and for example, even like inscribing a JPEG of mine like $400. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back on Gamma. Hopefully, I do, right? But it's still, to the average artist, a lot of artists can't even afford ETH gas prices, and I think that it's a point of privilege to think that artists should just drop on ordinals. Like a lot of people can't afford it.
No, and I totally agree. And I think like accessibility, and I think like what this chain is like L2s, it's like that's your gateway drug, right? Like get into this, try it, make enough to like be where you want to be. And I don't actually look down on it. I just think going from one to another is hard to like use the chain as a concept, and completely agree with you on ordinals.
Real quick, before you go to YouTube, we're saying one thing. If you have an art drop coming up here, okay, never ever settle off, I'm going to make my money back. You always tell people, like, you're going to make money on my drop. I don't know about other people's drops, okay? Never mention you won't make money from your drop. You always will. Okay, what's up?
Yeah, going into the Solana art space. So as someone who's minting on Solana back in like October of 2021, there's a lot of really good artists there who also
100%.
Who like built up a career, and a lot of them are also off chain. So some of them, like for example, Lisanne Hack is someone who she was at like Basel with Solana, and what she does is a lot of like physical oil paintings and like physical works, and so Solana's pretty good for that. Not necessarily with the chain as a concept, but one, she sort of was brought in there by some of the larger collectors, and because of the low fees there, you're sort of able to like not have a lot of overhead in terms of the sales, so you can really just focus on, okay, what's this painting worth? And then there's someone else like Sleeper, for example, who's been like selling on Solana since 2021 and now does things on ETH, but for a lot of people like that, it's like, well, if your collectors are on one chain, it doesn't really matter. For a lot of like digital artists, it doesn't, unless you're doing like on-chain work, it might be nice to be on Bitcoin because like, okay, well, you can put sats into it, but that might not be at all related to your concept. So I would say that like there are a lot of really good artists in Solana, and same as Tezos, where it's sort of like you have a lot of skilled artists, and the token itself, you do have to say like, okay, what is the value of the token, especially if the chain dies, and I think that is a consideration. Yeah, but I'm also not sure because there's a lot of artists on ETH and Bitcoin that don't bring the chain into the question in the art, and I'm not sure if like I don't know. I think there are really good artists that are worth looking at on those chains.
Yeah,
as well.
and when I say like art and Solana don't make sense, I don't like some of my favorite artists are on Solana. But I think if they both started over, let's say from the beginning of when they started their careers in Web3, focusing on ordinals versus focusing on Solana, when it comes to overall success, I think it would be better on ETH or Bitcoin.
I guess it depends on if they can find collectors.
Yeah.
I think honestly a lot of these artists though, I don't think the chain necessarily matters. If you're a great artist, you're going to figure out a way to I think get the best collectors. I do think though, a lot of established artists are probably going to continue to drop ETH in frequency on ETH, and then maybe do 1 to 2 sort of drops on Bitcoin a year just because of the cost prohibitive, and then maybe do additions on Solana, and that's sort of like the cadence. But again, like I think additions, unfortunately, like do tend to trend to zero, and so like if you know Solana is where a lot of people do additions, you know the collectors are probably not going to want to go there. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of different pieces of this, and Griffin, hopefully you launch a bunch of different places.
Well, so I think there is this issue too of like what is like the vibes of each chain. So like right now, back in the day, ETH was like this is the classy art chain, cool. Tezos was the underground artist chain, and like I was locked. Tez art was sick.
FX
it was
hash
great.
too, yeah.
Yeah, it was, but it felt cool. The art even kind of had an aesthetic that people were kind of going towards. And then Solana was a VC chain. And all of a sudden it was like, we could do art over here. And it's like, who went over there? It was like, it wasn't the Tez people a bunch of the Tez people seemed to graduate up to ETH, or then later on they went to ordinals. And then some of the people I would see on Solana were like, yo, I had a game project, but I'm doing some art too. And you're like, wait a minute, you're not an artist, you know. I'm not saying that everyone who releases on Solana is not an artist, but I do think the whole vibe of the chain is important. And right now for ordinals, there's that energy where people are like, what can you do with rare sets? What can you do with it? Who's the first person to do that? I do think that we get too focused on, this is the first ever. I'm sorry, I'm the biggest Def Beef fan, so I'll reference all of his work 24/7, but his collection of the first is the greatest piece of art ever because he makes fun of every single release that's ever happened. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's
Everyone claims they're the first in a space where you can legitimately go on chain and check it, but everyone is too dumb to like do that or Google. And I just think it's funny.
But it's on different chains now. It's hard.
No, okay, but regardless, right? Like there's so many claims, multiple projects that claim to be the first in everything, and I just think it's funny that like DYOR, that is something that's pretty easy.
Also, first doesn't really matter that much.
No, I don't think it does, and I actually think that like it shuts people out, right? Like when you focus so much on like this early thing has value, and obviously there are like early things that culturally have had. Stop pumping your back, sorry. At least tell me about the mint beforehand.
I think the Known Monkeys had it in their bio, first 10K PFP for the longest of time, like since last year. And I called them out like in a tweet, and then the account, whoever it was behind it, like started debating me in my DMs, and that's how like I got to know that project. And they sent me a honorary at the time. I was like, this is so ugly, but I didn't say it out loud. No, but now it's like the greatest.
But
thing
now
ever,
she
right?
said it on camera.
No, at the time, you know, because my honorary had like a really big nose, and I was just like, this looks like a thumb that was like, you know, it's just weird. But and now like my honorary sitting in their multi-sig, and I just need to get it out because it's like cursed.
Yo, I just got mine.
Speaking of that, I don't know if you saw this, Began. ACK actually, they announced his honorary, and then he was like, "Hey, can I have it?" And they never responded to him, and then he just literally launched. I think someone he put the seed phrase out on Twitter, and then someone transferred it to themselves. So he did a little recreation of it. He was texting me about it. He was like, "Don't tell anyone about this." I was like, "Dude, I'll buy it right now for like this price." And he's like, "Nah."
Also, he just wanted to flex. ACK's texting me.
No. I mean, listen,
we're friends.
ACK was trying to get in touch with. I think like Resang is trying to get in touch with the, Node monks. What can I say? But yeah.
And so he tweeted it. He tweeted.
He tweeted the seed phrase and then deleted it.
Also, if you're first,
it's the multi-sig. Never mind.
You better put notifications on, okay? Like,
no, he's not gonna tweet the multi-sig. Like that's such like millions and millions of dollars. Like I'm safe.
if you're first and that's your only claim to fame, you suck. That's like
I didn't figure to mic it back. No joke, right there. That first conceptual art NFT made entirely 100% with Brainfuck. I'm gonna start working on it. If you guys don't know, Brainfuck is the smallest programming language ever created. It's beautiful. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think with that, though, we're almost at our time. Before we do wrap up, we did talk about a lot of different stuff, like the future, everywhere is going. It's been really fun, like, actually, because I've not got to talk Min or re-saying too much. I want to know, like, what are you most excited about then for this year? So just to wrap it up, like, what are you focusing on? You're so deep in the ordinal world. You're making tons of content and stuff like that. Like, where are you putting your focus on?
Wait, that's 2 questions.
Which
Where am I putting my focus and what am I most excited about?
That should be the same thing. You should be putting your focus on what you're most excited about.
That's true.
I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Gotcha.
I think it's like it's really ironic, but because I'm kind of focusing on like becoming the happiest version of myself again. Like I think I kind of traded a lot of things that like was like my baseline happiness to work more, make better content, trade better. And I think I've kind of lost a lot of myself in that. So I think I have those systems. So maintaining those, killing it there, and like kind of finding myself again.
Beautiful. So you're going to sleep this year?
Sleep, work out, eat healthy. I've been eating like whole pizzas every day.
Nice. Okay.
I ate pizzas for like an entire year. Pizzas and Uncrustables only in 2020.
But it's so good.
Uncrustables are good, though, okay?
It was great.
Cold Uncrustables. That's like the greatest thing in the world.
20 pounds.
Jen, what's going on? What are you excited about? You're helping so many people with so many things.
I'm excited about like elevating the level of education that we're giving to people. I think there's so many, I've taught a lot of people like the basics, but there's so many parts of this ecosystem and really getting into like DeFi and understanding a lot of these models. So that's a big part of like what we're doing in Denver and really like teaching people how to understand this ecosystem because there's so many parts, right? It's not just people, and more IRL stuff. Like as much as
IRL alpha stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like it's next level, right? Like this weekend in San Francisco and upcoming in Denver and this every week. When you get to know people and have conversations offline, that's when you can really build cool things and yeah.
Beautiful. Re-saying, what's the next alpha? When's your next fight?
My next fight. Not anytime soon. I need to, I think the amount of training you need to put into your body to fight is just,
definitely
it's a whole different level.
Call out some crypto influencer and let's schedule one in Dubai or something.
Yeah.
Holy, that's so much. That's
It's funny because my partner's here and he's had like 100 fights, so he'll be like laughing at me on the side later. He'll be like, "You had 6." Like
she's only had 6 Muay Thai fights,
no, like
only
getting,
6.
The concept of getting in the ring is
yes,
it's a good experience. But I think for me, like just art, like I'm dropping something on Soul sometime soon. Still, like it's called Kintsugi. It's not like it's on the horizon. It's something that now that I have a new job, it's coming. But other than that, just doing good work for, HLV Underground, just finding alpha and just, making people money, hopefully. Other than that, I think I'm just happy to be vibing this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, not doing too much because, I'm terrible at shitcoins, so not touching that and, knowing what you're good at and not focusing on things that there's too many opportunities that want to take
That's
your
like
money.
the biggest alpha.
Yeah.
They're called shitcoins for a reason.
Too much, yeah.
Well, not only that, but like you could be killing it at shitcoins and get like consistent 2x's, but if you really focus on what you're great at, you can do like a 5x. And that's not only trading, but like life.
100%. And also, if you have any money in a shitcoin, I can't think straight. I can't focus on other work because it's going up. Okay, sorry. So no shitcoins for me.
Then you start playing around with like providing LP for that stuff, and you cannot leave your house. So definitely, sometimes close your positions, go outside, right?
Bullish on leaving the house here. Chris, what's going on?
I'm just making a ton of money on shitcoins, leaving parked cars in front of IRL Alpha. I'm a bare knuckle boxing champion. I kick everyone's asses all the time. And no, I actually, true story, I'm really excited about working with a few of the different media companies out there right now because they realize that they have a bunch of people in the space that need to be making money outside of the space, like content creators that need to know how to make money with their skill set without just being like, please pay me to make like a little recap on the latest shitcoin or whatever. Like, I'm helping a lot of people come through and learn how to focus their skill set on making some income, maybe even call it passive income. Lots of ways that I've done it, and I look forward to seeing that in the Web3 content creator so that they're not so reliant on each individual client or person that they're working with, and they could just have a little bit of fuck you money. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's what
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, everyone. If you guys don't know, too, this is not over yet. We do have an after party right over on Abbott McKinney. SoCal Vibes Co. We'll get some drinks. There's some food over there. We'll maybe share some alpha. Who knows here? Reesing's going to tell us every single thing to buy. It's going to be financial advice. Okay, I'm just joking here. Thank you. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Yeah, thank you. We're done. Bye. Trick, play some music. There we go.
Test this. Test this.
That's live, by the way.
Hello world.
Do I use the handheld also? Got it.
Mike was down there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll take that to him.
Line, turn off the airplay. Sorry.
Good. So you do all the production for him, huh? Amazing. No, you do the production for Ben?
Yes.
Very good.
That's why I wanted to make it upstairs.
Yeah. See how it goes down here? We're chaos here, but it works. Yeah. No, this guy's a genius.
There you go.
Is it live? No, let me find someone to hold it. Oh. You want to do that one for me?
Hello, yes, sir.
I'm gonna get on the mic tonight. We ready? All right, let's go hunt someone down. I know. Oh, we got to talk to Racing real quick. Racing and Lumi too.
I'm gonna go get your dog.
Hey, you know what? Get her. We're gonna interview you too.
What are you interviewing for?
I'm doing post-show interviews tonight.
Can I hold the dog? While
Yeah. Let's give her the dog. Yeah. All right. Racing, are you leaving right now? Are you leaving? Are you guys leaving?
He wants to.
Okay. Well, I was gonna post an interview, but it's okay.
I love your hat.
Yes, unless you want to be on it. Okay, cool. Can I get you when she's done? 'Cause she's leaving right now, and I'm gonna get you right next.
I love your
'Cause
hat.
I need to talk to you and hear what you and JR are up to. So, man, thank you so much for being here. That was
Where do I look?
amazing. Right here. It's low key. It's just no, it's exciting. Been following you online for a long time, and you've always got like really brilliant, input and thoughts. Definitely got paid. What's that?
Very vocal.
Yeah. So do you get in a lot of online fights? Like, do you actually exchange back and forth publicly, or is it?
I think that's how I got like to a certain size the first year when I was in NFTs, and I think that a lot of times it's like protecting your community against projects that are very predatory, and so I always call out projects for like over allocation, like just doing sus stuff with their false marketing before a mint, and so that's how I call a lot of projects out, and I can like Cozies, S7, and that's like so many of them, and like they all hate me, and like, but it's part of it, right? So you have to do something for the space, and I think now I'm a bit quieter, but it's like I think the space is better with like over allocation, but now it's like a huge auction meta, so it depends on how vocal you want to be because you're opening yourself to battle.
Were you known like in real life as you're making these statements, or were you completely shielded by an anonymity at the time?
I'm fully dogs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Very good.
Yeah, I'm comfortable because my boyfriend protected me. No, I'm joking. Like it's just.
You're comfortable because you can Muay Thai and kick someone's butt.
I guess so, but it's not. It's more. I don't know. I always think that you always do the right thing. You know.
Yeah, you're standing for truth. It's easy to be confident. You're standing for
I
truth.
mean, people can come and knife you. I don't know, but it's like you just have to. I can sleep at night, you know, and like I don't have any. I've never done anything that I feel, would. I never pump and dump anything in my communities. Everyone tracks my wallet and can see what a big loser I am, holding everything to zero. So it's like it doesn't really matter. Like.
Well, what I really want to do is before you got out here is kind of just ask you like your thought process behind taking that loan out on Gandhi with the punk. I mean, that's really neat.
Yeah.
I like to play around with stuff like that, but you went all in on Gandhi. I mean, on Blast. Was that the play?
Last year I took a 35 ETH loan. It was like 10% APY for 3 months. Now I rolled it to 14%, but Blast gives you 5%. So you're technically only paying like the 5%. That's annualized, so it's even less than that. So I paid 0.8 for 3 months alone, and that to me, I think I'm going to make it all back from Blast. And I deposited 35 ETH. Versus like my punk would have just been sitting in my wallet otherwise.
Got it. So you did take the ETH loan, not USDC.
ETH loan, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Very good. And do you think that's the strongest play right now in something like that? Because you're just really playing the APY against each other.
I think that if you have a lot of capital in the space, you should be the best passive income is to actually be a loan shark, where on Gandhi, on MetaStreet, you're lending the ETH at 10%, 14% APY, and then, or even USDC. USDC is 17, 18%. So if you want to take that risk, you can even hedge against that. That's the safest play, in my opinion, for free money. But because you're taking it against like CryptoPunks, which is the most stable NFT asset in the space, right? In my opinion, that it has no drama. Like there's nothing that can happen that punks, can have like something that happened, like because the team did something, so the project's gonna. You don't have to like track anything. The project has nothing other than the PFP, and its provenance. And so I like to not worry about projects like that, which is why like no monkeys for me. The team's not part of the story anymore.
Right.
All the fun is gone, and now it's just 10K PFP. That's the provenance, and that's how powerful that is. I don't like to worry about teams because I have so much PTSD from like the bull of like being disappointed by teams, and so I have really heavy trust issues, and I think that that's just the way it is. And so, I wouldn't recommend lending against like your squiggles or whatever it is. But I think at punks it's pretty safe to lend to.
Okay, great. Now, before we get you out of here, what's a play that a smaller timed kind of crypto investor and player can kind of go maybe catch a great airdrop or make some great API? Or what's a play for them? Just one tip.
I think like there's still time for like ZK Sync and I think the other one is too late now. It's like, but ZK Sync's the main one, and I think that there's still time for that. So just run like volume. It takes time to send through their main chain like a full day or whatever. But other than that, there are also other just little airdrops that I think that airdrop farming is the from a cost perspective, from a downside perspective, other than gas, it just takes your time. So I think that that's a safe way to like get some free money. But otherwise, like obviously with the smaller caps, like your free mints or whatever. But right now, mints just aren't doing well. So it's just sitting on your hands. And like even today, I didn't touch Persona just because I don't want to lose gas for what 0.05 profit. Like not worth my time today. You know.
Great. Well, we appreciate having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And we'll look forward to seeing you again in the audience next week. All right. Take care. See ya. All right. So now we're going to go back down Lumi here. We're going to interrupt. Pop in on this convo over here. Talk to the new community or give me the exact title you're doing now. Give me the project name. You're working with JR, founder of Oni Force.
Yes.
And Oni One, and you guys teamed up now, building something real special. Tell me a little bit about it.
I can't tell you too much, but it's
IRL Alpha, y'all.
It's basically going to be like the hub of, like the central hub of Web3.
Okay.
Gathering creators, content creators together, everybody, artists, founders. Yeah.
Excellent. And how's the team building going? You guys got your team built out? You guys still building it?
We're still building it. We're looking for one Spaces host.
Spaces host. Oh man, if Began wasn't so busy, I'd recommend him. But yeah. All right. Well, you guys have anyone on your eye on anybody or what?
Not yet. We've been talking to a few people, but I also don't want to like disclose too much.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, pay attention. We like to do it. We like to see what JR is up to. And you're holding the puppy queen right now, the cutest little dog in the world.
Chillest dog ever.
Yeah, man. Love it. Did you mint OD today?
Yeah,
or
I
last night?
OD yesterday. So I only had enough to mint 3 Lulus, but because of the kickback, I was able to get enough to mint 2 more. And then when they minted, I got my kickback, so I got even extra E.
So you got mints plus made money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Sounds like
it's
a
win-win. Even paying gas though, the highest I paid in gas was like $90, and then the cheapest was like 30. But at
Really?
one point, it went up to like $250.
Yes. Okay.
And that's because it was site suggested, so I changed it to like slow.
Yeah.
And I got it for 90.
That's fascinating. So you minted 5.
I minted 3 and made it.
Well, at the end of the day, how many do you have in your pocket? You got 5 and you made money.
And I made money.
Dang.
It's a win-win.
Shout out OD Labs. That's pretty brilliant.
I'm
I like
excited
that.
to see what they look like. I know what mine look like. I hope I get that one.
Love it, man. Congrats, dude. Very cool. Very cool. All right, dude.
Look at my guy. He first time here.
All right, let's see it. How'd you like today, man?
Today, yeah, this is my first time here. Like I was saying, it's like I feel like I would do something like this more often than just like the Twitter Spaces, because I kind of like the IRL vibe, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll jump on some spaces here and there, but I'm like already multitasking a lot already, you know? So it's like it adds more distraction, but like something like this, it's like I can be in the moment and like dedicate like my focus a bit more towards it. So it's like I felt like I got more out of it, if anything, yeah.
Definitely. And you're from LA, or where are you from?
So I'm right outside of Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually just came here for the week because, you know, I'm chilling with the homie, and he was like, yeah, I'll, show you around a bit, come see some stuff, come to some events and things, so we outside,
Love it, man. Well, welcome. You're hanging out for the after party, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just chilling. We'll see what the vibe is.
If you're a day after, you're going to the after party for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like probably the move. So, they said it's like across the street.
Yeah, so for those watching at home, if you can't make it to IRL Alpha, the real Alpha is hanging out afterward with us on Abbot Kinney in Venice, California. It's see if I can remember the address, 1522 Abbot Kinney. But the name of the place is SoCal Vibes Co. It's a cider bar. They have the best breakfast burritos in town. They usually close at 10 p.m. on Thursdays, but for us, they stay open until we leave, so 1 or 2 in the morning. And I'll tell you what, it's probably the best Web3 networking event on a regular basis in the space anywhere in the country, I'll make that claim. But yeah, so can't make the IR Alpha, but you live in LA, make it there afterward, beat the traffic, come hang out. Glad you're here, man. Good to meet you.
Man, I'm glad to be
Heck
here.
yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Los, let's catch you real quick, man. I know you're not used to being over here on this side of the this side. Yo, you see you grab that mic, you're like, this is my mic.
You have a mic.
I know. Teach me your ways, man. How do I do it?
Pass the mic. Oh, pass the mic. It's a lot easier than having to go back and forth to catch the audio, especially since you got your own audio here.
He's educating me right now. Thank you. Okay.
Rosenbaum's doing great on his first IRL post show. How are you liking the post show, Rosenbaum?
You know, my whole thing of this is, you know, there's so many valuable people that actually come in, that come in to the space that don't want to get on camera, but I know I can go maybe go hunt them down a little bit. I mean, you do the same thing during the pre-show, but you know, I think it's fun to see if I can coax any alpha out of people. You know, this is IRL alpha after all. So that's my goal on these things. You know, just go hunt down the people that I know people at home want to hear from. They might want to see their face. They might want to get an update they're never going to get otherwise. And you know, just like you got that alpha out of Leap the other day, you know, you tricked him into it.
It wasn't even intentional. It's just like the natural, yeah.
But it was an eye opener, man. I'm like, you know what? Not that I'm trying to trick people into alpha, but you know, a lot of times people they won't want to say it on stage, but they'll say, you know, it's not like they don't want to share it with everybody. It's just it's harder to do in front of a room full of people. They might do it one-on-one, you know, even though the world's out there. But
and what I noticed does work too is like you just interrupt people's conversations and just hop right in there.
That's
Today I was asking people, do you want to be on camera? And I got like 3 no's. So what you got to do is just stick a mic in someone's face and be like, hey, what's your take?
Yeah,
I love it.
That's something. Let's see who do I want to hunt down and get the alpha from right now. I know I saw some people walking around earlier. Who we got? Thanks, buddy. Great job, my friend. Love you. All right, dude. Let's see here. See, come here. Is your son here today?
No, he's in Miami.
What's he doing in Miami? Let's talk here for a second.
He's working on SocialFi. He's working on his project.
Arena, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll let you show for a quick second. We'll give you a minute to show it. Talk about it.
Talk about his
Arena.
project or my project.
Oh. Your choice.
Exciting. I mean, this is the beginning. Hopefully, the beginning of the bull market.
Right? No, we want out. Let's talk about a project. I want to hear about it. We know the bull market's coming.
What will be the next DeFi? What will be the next NFT?
Okay.
You know? My view is ERC 404.
Oh, you're okay.
And then ordinary inscription. This is all new innovations. It changed the industry.
Yeah.
So anyway, SocialFi, GameFi.
All right. I'm with you there. We're gonna follow along.
Right.
Very good.
So whoever's smart enough, focus. So anyway,
yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. Let's see what we can hunt down here real quick. There's a couple people I want to talk to. Oh, you know what? Do you know if you talked to Elmo earlier? Yeah. He did. Did they talk about their? All right. Let's see what we got tonight. Everyone's in eating dinner right now in Paris. So let's see. I know there's some more alpha laying around. What's that? We did. Yeah. Where's JR at? I want to find JR. We can hunt JR down here. We gotta find JR. He's somewhere hiding. What? Let's see if he's outside. Griffin, you come over here. Let's talk to Griffin. Let's talk to Griffin in front of the money. Yeah, we'll stay in the dark. I like dark better. What's up, man? How's your time in San Francisco? You take this.
This is pink or magenta. Hello, it's awesome.
So Griffin, Ordinal's OG artist,
dangerous,
extraordinaire.
Yes, I'm a wizard.
Every time I go to a high-level Ordinals event, I see Roman around, hanging out, talking to the most important people in the room. So tell us what you're about, what you're up to, what's going on.
I'm right now very hungry, so I'm going to eat.
We want to talk about Ordinals, man.
Ordinals, yeah.
And your art. Whatever you're up to.
Ordinals, I think are really interesting. So I think right now my main interest is going to be on like named sats.
Okay.
So like sats that are like they have an arbitrary code, and instead of being like it's like John Cena sat. So it's it's not like an uncommon sat, it's like the sat is a name. I think that's cool because you can use it for like storytelling purposes. So like let's say I had a themed collection, and then the pieces in the collection have the name associated. I think that's pretty cool. That's one of my interests. But mostly it's about putting stuff on Bitcoin that like works with Bitcoin. So it's like small file size art that is still interesting. So I put a lot of like stories and narratives, and trying to tie things together that way.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Tell us your favorite moment from the San Francisco Neuro Lab Super Chief Party.
That's really hard. Violetta singing is always pretty great. Violetta singing is pretty great. Just having everyone there was awesome. Like, it's just an awesome in-person space. I was there like helping people set it up. So just sort of seeing how people came together, like what their ideas were for the space. Really excited about that. Neuro was talking about like putting murals on the wall. So like, bringing in a bunch of artists sounds amazing. Just like painting the walls, especially in like the back room. That'd be pretty cool. That's kind of the vibe there.
Sweet. I just realized my phone's sitting on the table there the whole time. So sure.
Without your phone, what are you?
I feel naked.
But the important thing is that we didn't die. He was terrified that we were going to die in San Francisco.
Oh, I wasn't. Everyone else, I wanted to walk. So I'm from San Francisco. It got dirty and disgusting, and it still is. That's why I moved to LA. At first I was pleasantly surprised. It's like, wow, looks like the street's cleaned up a little bit. But I was wrong. I was just on a very nice street that day. As we did walk around, it still needs a lot of work. The media is blind here. They won't show you how bad it is, but it's okay. But that's besides the point. I do want to talk about the lab again, because Rax, who is a regular here at IRL, that's where we got to know him. Rax on Chain artist, Ordinals artist, and Cypher Lab punk dev. Was running around, kind of organizing everything. So big shout out to him. And then you brought up Violetta. I just gotta say, I'm sure we've all heard. We're on a space. It's the first time I heard about Violetta is on a space, and it's Troy's space, and he said, "Hey, Violetta's on here. Before we close out, let's have her sing." And I'm like, why do you let someone sing on your space? Like, it never works out well. Well, she started singing, and I cannot lie. I was floored with how good she really is, even on a dang space. And then in Miami.
It has like the worst sound quality as anyone who uses spaces of like any form of digital communication. Spaces are like, wow. But
and that's the thing. Every time she sang, even in the Cyberpunk lobby, and it was not an ideal music setup, and she kills it every single time. Now, it was all reverb and all this kind of stuff. She kills it all the time. She's awesome. So I love that you said that. And after talking to her out there, we're going to get her here in IRL for sometime soon too. It'd be really great. Yeah, definitely got to do that. We'll know when she's in LA. A lot of people keep an eye on her and what she's up to. So pretty excited about that.
I don't have a particular favorite thing. I just think it's just all pretty great.
Appreciate it.
If I can listen to live music, especially performed by someone who's very skilled, I'm in. I'm going to listen.
Absolutely, man. All right, Griffin. Appreciate you, man. All right. Let's find someone else to hunt down here real quick.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, man. Take it over now. You want to jump on or what? I know you're always on.
Jump on, bro.
Well, if Big Guy's going to hear, you take this. Every time we
Hello, reporting live from IRL Alpha. What do we got? What's good? What's good?
What's up, man? You're in the front row tonight, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Yeah.
A lot of people are gone at Empty Paris. And,
yeah, what's up with that, man? At Empty Paris the vibe, or did we miss out?
If you're a baller and you got the plane tickets and you're not hanging out with Ordinals people, then yes, it's probably the vibe.
No, that's tested over there, though.
Yeah. I love it, dude. I love that. Yeah, man, killed the Ordinals show today. Ordinals are dead.
Dude, what a fun show, man. Don't fucking get me started with that ZK bullshit, man. Oh my god.
Good combo. Good combo.
Are you a big ZK guy?
Don't
go there.
No. I'm not a technical guy, but what I will say is that, and I was kind of mentioned this earlier, 3 years ago, I was at a conference in San Francisco, of all places, crypto conference, and someone from the ZK Sync team was there talking about their technology.
Oh shit.
Or the future of the technology, and just whatever it was that day. I can never remember exactly what it was, but it made an impact on me. And I felt very bullish at the time, so I've been tracking and following them ever since. Now, to your point, ever since, every project that comes out now has got to tap in ZK on their, roadmap or their hype, their pitch deck or whatever. So I get that.
Why don't we just put like big penis on there or something? Like maybe that's the new buzzword. Like seriously, man.
Bullish on penises anymore.
ZK is like, I feel like one of the biggest scams in crypto.
Yeah.
It's just like it's this continuous narrative that we see. Like, oh, the tech is better. This is why it'll go up in price. It's like, bro,
that's the biggest scam we've seen in crypto. It's not a price. It's not a tech thing. Like, is Solana better tech than fucking Cardano? I don't know, and I don't think most people know. It's fucking narratives. It's fucking marketing. It's distribution. Like, that's what ultimately matters, and that's what matters to token price go up as well. Like, I don't know. It's fucking like. Yeah, so like if people are like, yeah, ZK is the best and it's the future, then yeah, maybe it'll appreciate some of these fucking L1s, like, but I don't know.
Well, I will say for the people watching at home, ZK Sync, don't sleep on them. Try and get the airdrop because they're going to do it.
I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to sleep on it.
And I think I asked Reesing earlier before she got out here, what's her one play for the common trader,
for the common man
trying to build something up, and that was the one tip. ZK Sync. So I'm not going to vouch for any other ZK project out there. I'm probably going to agree with you on everything, but ZK Sync. Probably good.
ZK Zero, I'll say. No.
Yeah, that's right. Heck yeah, man.
Anyways,
you hanging out tonight? You gonna party with us at?
Yeah, man. Over to Vibes Co. Let's fucking get it, bro. Let's fucking get it.
Send it higher, baby. Send it. All right. Let's see what else we got here, real quick. What's up, my brand? All right. What time we got? Let's check out my phone real fast. Yeah. I think we'll call that for tonight, but a nice little one here. So, hey guys, we're going to go party at SoCal Vibes Co. It's been another great IR Alpha. See you next time. We have to do anything to close it down? There you go. And I got to find my dog now. Let me tell Jerry to shut that down. You can shut it. Yeah. Sorry.